Yes, sir. We're officially back at it. This is Boog Nice coming at you with the Articulated Comic Book Art Podcast. This is episode 32. Got some of my regular castmates with me, and we got one guest with us tonight, joined by Emiya, Starlock, my man John. We're calling him John Thanos. My man Pharaoh Black, Rick Dom, and I'm Boog Nice. And we just chilling tonight. I don't think we have too many specific topics. We're just going to shoot the shit, and I'm going to drink a lot of beer. So what's up? What we talking about, Rick?
Let's get into what we got this week first. I mean that's like the only notable thing that happened this week. That I guess like a lot of things released during this time and stuff like that. What would you get in this past week, Bug?
I didn't. I don't think I picked up anything this week, or did I? Did I get? Was that last week or this week when I got the Deadpool? I did find a Deadpool at retail. No, I'm lying. I got one through Toys R Us. The one I ordered from Toys R Us came, and the box was all fucked up, but it's all good. And I think that was it that I got. The Russian soldiers from Metal Gear are. I need to pay for them right now, so I ordered 3 of those. Huh?
How many you get?
3.
That shit like $200, ain't it?
Yeah, I was ready to pay for it because I had in my mind, I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be like 180 or some shit like that. I'm forgetting about the tax, shipping, all that shit. That shit was like 226 or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna pay this later. I'm good right now.
Yeah, I mean you have like 7 days to pay, so fuck that.
Right, but it's one more thing dropping in this month from Ami that I got too. What was it? What else is coming out this month there?
Hey Keiyo, what's coming out this month that he would want, Keiyo? Wiz comes out this month, I think maybe.
Oh, you know what it is? I think it's the is it Link? Is it that Link that come out?
I think it comes out this one.
Yeah, maybe it's that Link, that animated looking one.
Yeah, I think that's what it is because that was a little cheaper, but I'm like, I might as well just pay the bigger price and knock it out. I don't think I'm a Cabana. I think.
I know what it is. The Mega Man's.
Mega Man. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's what it is.
And that's what I did, man. When I seen the price on the soldiers, I said, you know what? Let me go to combine this fucking Mega Man, because I got 3 of the soldiers 2 ordered. That I threw the Mega Man in, and something. I got something else coming too. I forget what it is. Like, let's put this shit together so I can just pay for this shit later.
But yeah, that's the main thing. I saw a review for it. It looks pretty good. You saw that review?
No, I ain't watch a review. I know it's gonna be good. It's from Sentinel, and it's Mega Man. I don't really think they made too many like bad Mega Man figures that were meant to be good.
You're gonna see them figures in every fucking as enemies in every fucking display. So, but yeah, I think that was the only thing that I got. I didn't really get it obviously, but I don't think I paid for anything else. It was a real laid back week for me. Black.
Same thing, man. Like I just said, I got 3 of the soldiers. I got the Mega Man, and I can't think, man. It's something else that I got coming from Emiya. I don't know what it is. But I went to Walmart and snatched the Falcon. I didn't buy that Winter Soldier. That's just garbage. Actually, Falcon's garbage too. I just need to go and I need to open it up and figure out if I could put these wings on that Captain Falcon shit. But
Michael Wisman did it, I think so.
Okay, see, I grabbed the Punisher, the Walgreens Punisher. What else I get? Oh, I went and grabbed Dark Knight Returns, the Armored Batman, and I grabbed a Robin. They were $5 each at Walmart. So.
Yeah, I'm trying to find them right now because they're ringing up everywhere at $5. I want to find those.
I grabbed both of those. I don't know if I kind of want to say that's the only thing that I got. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It gets cloudy sometimes, man.
Did you have Punisher last week, or did you get that this week too?
I grabbed Punisher. I just grabbed Punisher the other day. I happened to go into Walgreens with my chick, and I don't see it.
That fucking the I guess it's the the stock face or the main face that comes on him? I don't even know which one comes on him. Is it the one with the bandana or the other one that comes?
The bandana comes on him, and then that Razor Ramon looking face is on
Yeah,
the.
that shit is too sweet for Punisher.
Right, man, that shit look. I was like, I don't know what the fuck. Like he's called a Punisher for the wrong reasons. He got that with that face and shit. Like that shit's crazy. But
Like a TV heartthrob and shit. He's not looking like the hardest dude in America.
It's like you gave the toy to your kid and he like rubbed it in the dirt for a little bit and then he was like, here.
that damn thing got eyeliner on, man. It's a pretty bad figure, man. You know what it looks like? If you throw it on the Legends movie banner body, he looks like one of them sleazy type dudes and shit. It'll work for that, but as the Punisher, man, it's horrible.
Yeah, he doesn't look like Punisher to me at all with that like weird ass skinny face head sculpt.
No, but you know, this is a bad thing about the figure. This is in total. Okay, the best Punisher head came on the
Epic Heroes.
What was that?
The Epic
Heroes. Yeah, okay, but see, it's a real slim skull. So when you put that head onto that barrel-chested fucking that Captain America buck, it just doesn't look right. It looks really small. And then they didn't include any trigger fingers on the Punisher at all. So you're gonna have to cut those.
Such a huge mistake for that entire buck. Like you would think they would at least throw in extra hands or something, but you know, Walgreens exclusive.
And then also you're gonna pretty much have to grab you a Shield Agent's side piece holster and throw it on his leg so it looks decent and shit.
I didn't even think about that. You did that on yours already?
Yeah, I did that. I took the harness off and put it on my custom Punisher because like if you take the harness off and you put the little piece on the leg or whatever, it reminds you. Remember when the Punisher was on the Spider-Man cartoon in the fucking 90s?
Yeah, where he was a psycho that would never listen to what Spider-Man was saying.
Yeah, basically. Right,
man, I'm trying to save somebody. Shut the fuck up, Spider.
Yeah, he had that stupid ass van that was launching missile launchers and shit on top of roofs from it.
Just reckless, yo. That was Punisher on acid, yo.
Hey, that's stupid, but that's what it reminds you of, man. Like, so I mean, the figure, it's not a bad figure, man. I just think that's where I'm gonna keep him at. When I use the A.C.B.A. shots where I got him interacting with the rest of the MU, I'm going to use that one, and I use my custom Punisher for when I'm just like solo Punisher shit.
Who did your custom Punisher? Was that Wisman?
Yeah.
He's another talented cat out there in the customizing community.
Weissmeister?
Really his work.
Yeah, the Wismeister.
He'd be on the low though.
Yeah, he's on his modest shit.
Definitely.
Nah, man, I don't do shit. Like, man, don't tell me this.
Hey, man, I was happy when he told me when he did the Punisher. He said, "I'm not doing another one." I was like, "Yep, that's what's up. Mine and yours." I ain't mad at it.
I guess if we get another updated a figure with an updated like coat or jacket, then we could really take that Punisher over the top and put the jacket on it. Because I don't know if any. Did you try the old jacket on him?
No, man, because the sleeves don't work. The way the sleeves look, it's smooth like it's his fucking like his shirt. So I didn't want to just put that jacket around him. That shit looks retarded.
I mean, I think that they're probably going to end up doing another Thunderbolts version of Punisher relatively soon. I would think that because of the Netflix series that it's more likely now than it ever has been. I mean, I know that we had the one that was like the variant from the Epic Heroes line, but that body mold definitely doesn't hold up.
Is he quoting something else in comics right now?
I think that right now Punisher's back to the classic black and white. I know that I think it's Declan Shelby that's currently writing the new line, but I mean it's pretty much just classic Punisher doing classic Punisher shit, just murdering people, breaking bones, and smashing skulls.
Excellent.
No like dumb shit where he's like trapped in a child's body.
Oh no, it's
Child Punisher.
Marvel has kind of learned from past mistakes while simultaneously creating more mistakes now. It's definitely not the best stuff that they're writing right now, but it's considerably better than what they were doing in say the 90s. It's like Marvel in the 90s was pretty much the epitome of hit or miss. Like, I enjoy 90s X-Men as much as the next person. Like, I live and breathe Jim Lee stuff, but some of those comics were absolute shit. But
Definitely.
that's because it gave us some of the most iconic panels and covers and, just like splash pages in general.
And even costumes
Just
too.
overall looks.
Absolutely. Like just character design wise, I mean, like no one can think of Wolverine without instantly looking at, Jim Lee's design of the tiger stripe costume. That's pretty much how everyone remembers Wolverine nowadays,
Definitely.
and that extends even more so to Rogue. I mean, we've seen her in so many different costumes. I mean, even before the Jim Lee design, we saw her in like probably 3 or 4 different costumes. But ever since Jim Lee gave her the leather jacket with the X on the side and the yellow and green spandex, it's just like that is Rogue.
It's funny she never returned back to that in the comics either.
Sadly not. Sadly not.
But they always keep her ass in green.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They
Yeah.
always identify her as the green spandex person that sucks up everyone's energy by touching them. But I would definitely love to see a return to the Jim Lee gold team and blue team look. That would be excellent.
I don't know, man. I don't even know what they're doing with X-Men right now in the books, man.
Well, right now they're pretty much siphoning them off due to the. I mean, we've heard about it, and I think you guys have talked about it already. But the whole dealing with Fox and everything, and how they're trying to kill off mutants because they aren't able to make as much money off of them. So it's like their only goal right now is to basically give light to characters that they can actually use in their film and television properties. So that's why you see Inhumans so prominent in pretty much every storyline. I mean, Civil War II is basically an Inhuman story because
Yeah.
Ulysses is at the center of it. But
Yeah, Agents of Shield, the Inhuman show.
yeah, basically.
When they cancel, or I don't think they've officially canceled it, but they've taken it off the docket. It's not a surprise. It's just like, what the fuck can you do in the movie?
Oh
Because
yeah,
everything has already been explained and shown in pretty
yeah.
much every other way.
I think that basically what's happening right now with Marvel is ever since that shakeup between Ike Perlmutter and Kevin Feige, when Kevin Feige no longer had to answer to Ike Perlmutter. Ike Perlmutter is the guy that basically runs the entire television division. But basically, as soon as they had that sort of a shakeup where Kevin Feige's now answering to Alan Horn, who's the CEO of Disney, basically they're only concerned with just focusing on what they already have in the films. And because at the time the Inhumans were introduced on television and whatnot, they were like, you know what, we're not going to even bother focusing with that. So basically something recently happened where the television series now has access to 100% of the Inhumans roster. So they can do Black Bolt on television, they can do Medusa on television, and that should be worrisome for a lot of people considering that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. isn't necessarily the premier sort of, critically acclaimed television show. And it doesn't, even longtime viewers are like, oh man, it's kind of stale. But, hopefully if they decide to tackle Inhumans, hopefully it's done well, but it strikes me as something that needs a bigger budget.
What's the next Marvel movie dropping? Doctor Strange, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that drops in November, right?
yeah.
Are we all over the place though, Rick? What you got this week?
Shit. I had my Ami order come in. Basically, what I was saying last week that I'd bought, but actually got it in now. I got that. I'm sure if anybody's on PMP, they saw the pictures of that like skeleton mask wearing hooded dude. His name Black Death from a company called Glitch Studios. I got a couple of 112 scale props. I got like subway seats, like an aisle of subway seats, and somebody checker.
Say it
Uh,
again?
what happened?
No, I thought you got cut off. Sorry, go ahead.
I guess it was just somebody's echo.
Oh, yeah, it was mine. Sorry, I was opening up the
Oh, that's
YouTube.
I got this. Like I said, I got those like subway prop pieces. I got this statue of a Japanese character. I got one of my Deadpools that I ordered from Amazon. I was stupid basically when Deadpool went up. I was just so scared of it going out of stock that I fucking just pre-ordered one instinctively. And then after I pre-ordered the one, I was like, oh shit, they're still up. And I went back and ordered like 4 more. And because of that, they shipped out the one that's single first. And I guess they're shipping out the one that's like 4 in like a couple of days or something like that. So I got that in. It's a pretty cool figure, but I don't know. I really, the more I look at the figure, the more I'm just like, I mean, I know they gave us a lot, but damn, why did the head sculpt just have to be like a one big eye, one small eye? Like, it's like whenever I'm doing something when I'm posing it, it just doesn't look like it looks. I mean, I know the thing of the character is that he's not that serious, but just like, I don't know about that not serious, where he's just like fucking has one wide eye the whole time, no matter what he's doing, that kind of sucks. But I suppose people have put the old head sculpt on it and it looks just fine, so I guess it's not that big of a deal. I'm just being a jackass. What else did I fucking get in? I don't think I've gotten much else. I bought some of the figures from fucking from the what wave is the one with well, they're all from the onslaught wave, because they're super cheap at Walmart right now. If you have a Walmart and they still have the onslaught or the Allfather wave, they're like fucking $4 or $5.
Yeah.
So I bought a few extras of those, or ones that I didn't even have, just so I could build onslaught. Now that I have that head that comes with Kitty Pryde, I don't even fucking.
You know what? I was in maybe like a week ago. Somebody should.
You echo.
Yeah, somebody should have told me. I was in Walmart like a week ago looking for trying to cop an extra superior Venom because I wanted that part inside because I knew they had the figures on sale for $5.
Mm-hmm.
No go. By the time I got there, somebody had snatched everything.
Yeah, everybody's fucking going to their Walmarts and snatching everything up because all the waves that are older are fucking super cheap. It's not like Target.
They're all still $20 in my Walmart.
Oh wow, that's the most unfortunate thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, I was actually able to build the Red Skull, and then I was able to get separate pieces from the Onslaught wave in order to, or not Onslaught wave, but from the Red Skull Onslaught wave to actually build Onslaught. So now I have 2 respective Build-A-Figures, so I'm not having to trade heads or anything.
Yeah, same here. I didn't have any Onslaught heads aside from like one. I mean, any Onslaught pieces aside from one, and because of the sale, I was able to get almost all of it, and then the rest of it, Boog said that he had. So it's not a
Nice.
problem.
Yeah, I got you. You said you need the back piece. I think that's the piece that comes with Cap, right?
Yeah, I need the back piece.
Yeah, I'll send it to you this week because I just I wanted an extra Cap. Obviously I don't need the part.
Nice. Yeah, that's the only piece that I need left. So it's this sale helped me build a BAF that I didn't want initially, and once I got that fucking Kitty Pryde head, I was like, damn, like, can I really not build it? And I just in the end I just gave in. That the figures were fucking $4 or $5 a piece, and that Onslaught head is crazy. It's crazy how much a head sculpt can transform a figure because it's like completely different. It's not some like throwaway character now where he's just fucking randomly Red Skull. And that figure, man, it has some fucking size to it. You know?
It's a nice figure. It's actually one of the nicer Builder figures that they put out recently. It's just not, you're not gonna be doing mad dynamic posing with this shit, but as a villain, it's nice. It's a nice sculpt.
I think the only problem that I have with that figure is just that I don't know about everybody else's, but on mine the legs pop off really easy.
Same.
But even then, fucking Abomination, Rhino, all of those figures' legs pop off really easily. So I don't really, that it's not like it's not something that I'm not used to.
I haven't encountered that. I haven't really messed with it too much though, honestly. It's just sitting in my detail, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's a dope figure. It's with the head sculpt, it's pretty freaking nice, and can't wait to finish his ass off. And I think for the most part, that's pretty much all I've gotten. I've not bought anything else. I'm looking for that Punisher, but I've just not found it yet. So I'm sure I'll run into it.
What about you, Emiya? You just been cleaning?
Yeah, just been cleaning. I got some stuff. I haven't had a chance to open anything because my place is a mess. So I have like a few boxes I haven't opened yet. Besides that, I mean, I've gotten new stuff, like I said, I haven't opened it yet. So
What about
hopefully, in the next week or so, I'll be able to open it and see what it is. It's probably just all the stuff from this past month, like the Girl COVID soldiers and stuff like that.
How many did you order?
I ordered the maximum, which is 6, and then I asked other people to order some for me. So I probably will have about.
Fucking many. What you gonna do with all of them shits? I said, why you want so many? What you gonna do with all of them shits?
I don't know. I just want that many, and then maybe later on I won't care, and maybe I'll, sell some to some friends or something. I don't know.
I said, you gluttonous fuck.
Yeah. I mean, it's something I need to work on this coming year. I can't be so greedy all the time.
At least you could have. That's
Been very greedy, like for all my collecting career, and now I feel like being greedy is not the way to go all the time. So
it's like
try to be more, just not as greedy, man. Just so greedy, and I look at all this stuff and I buy like, I mean, in reality, right? I open one, I play with it or whatever. I shoot some photos of it. I don't really ever open one, but then some figures I got like 6 or 7 or 8. And I'm just like, why the hell do I have 6 or 7? I mean, sometimes I like a character, I don't mind to have more than one, like 2 or 3 or whatever. But then I think I have like 6 or 7 or 8. I'm never going to do anything. And then I used to give myself the excuse that, hey, you know what, maybe I'm going to have a flood one day. But all this shit's fucking stored in the same place. When I get a flood, they're all damaged anyway, right? So it doesn't fucking matter. So I don't know. I mean, that's basically my philosophy going forward. I want to be more not as greedy as I've been. I've been very greedy. My whole collecting has been about being I don't know, just being so greedy and having all this stuff. Maybe be a little less greedy. Even you still have a lot of stuff, but just not as greedy. So
I say go all in on the greed.
really quick?
Who's got that shit open? Close that shit. It's echoing.
Name me.
If you got your YouTube open, close that shit.
Really quick, some guy in the comments is saying something, and I wanted to reply to it now before his ass loses his mind. No disrespect, Blade Wilson, but I or Keiyo never said that they were going to show the SH Figure Art Spider-Man at Comic-Con. That's not an American property. So they would never.
They'll never show it at Comic-Con because the Avengers license is not a strategic property for the U.S. Just for your guys' information, Disney/Marvel has a clause. Companies like Bandai and Keiyo and
Mezco.
Mezco, yeah, Mezco is the same thing actually. They are not allowed to sell Marvel action figures. Any other company besides Hasbro is not allowed to sell Marvel action figures at the 6-inch scale or something in the same similar scale, the 1/12 scale, unless the figure is $80 or more.
Wow.
That's actually a rule. That's how Hasbro basically eliminates the competition. So if they want to sell 6-inch Spider, that's why, if you guys notice the Medicom, the Amazing Spider-Man 2, the Mafex one, why the U.S. version had all that stuff to make it $80. Because they're not allowed to sell something in that scale of a Marvel character unless it's $80 and up. Bandai's actually thinking about doing this coming year. They're talking about doing Marvel characters, but including effects parts and stuff like that to make them $80. But they're a little bit wary just because, there's already a lot of people complaining that a figure is $60, $50, so they're a little bit wary about it. But there is some talk about it. But yeah, that's why you don't see any SHF, Marvel, or Star Wars, stuff like that being released here.
Yeah,
because they have to be $80 and up.
I was gonna just interject and talk about how Star Wars figure arts is pretty much $60 and up now, and I was assuming that that also pertained to Disney's contract between their Marvel brand and their Star Wars brand.
Well, it doesn't matter in Japan. In
Huh.
Japan and Asia, this price thing doesn't matter. I mean, if they wanted to sell these figures for $40 in Japan or Asia, it's no big deal. It's just in America.
Oh,
That's
okay.
where the limitation is. Because that's Hasbro's main market is America. And when you have basically all these guys, who want to release stuff. Seems like DC doesn't mind. DC's actually happy with taking a cut. Warner Brothers seems to be much more, they like to spread the love more as long as they get paid. So they're willing to say, hey, you know what? You guys want to release similar product? Go ahead, just pay us. You guys can go ahead and release your 6-inch figures of other DC stuff, no problem. You just need to pay us royalties. They're much more of the, you know what, we're not going to stop these companies from making this stuff. If you were going to import it anyway, so hey, you know what, why don't we just collect on it? Why don't we profit from it? So that's basically their mentality. But for Disney and Hasbro, it's just a lot more strict about how they want to market their stuff. They want a much more stronger exclusivity. They understand that people are going to import it anyway, but they want to give it a harder time. That's why they set that bar at $80. Because $80 pretty much guarantees it's beyond the reach of your very casual people.
I mean, look at something that's not that different with the Ninja Turtles. NECA couldn't even release anything outside of a convention. And when you look at the SH Figuarts version, the price is pretty drastically different from something that Playmates has. So, it's a lot of these companies, man, they're just, for whatever reason, they don't want royalties. They just want that exclusivity, and they want those casual fans.
I mean, casual fans, your normal people who buy a figure here and there, that's your main market. More so than, at least that's how the company sees it. I mean, obviously, we're collectors. We mostly see collectors buying all this stuff, and that's where we see all the money coming from. But I mean, obviously, Hasbro particularly has always been very much about the mainstream. I mean, even outside of Marvel Legends, there are other lines, like Star Wars and Transformers. It's very separate. I mean, for the longest time, Hasbro's always struggled with kind of keeping both parties happy, but now they basically realize that, this is what we have to do. We have to separate it. We have the kids stuff and we have the collector stuff, or at least our safe for kids collector stuff like Marvel Legends and Deluxe Transformers, stuff like that. It's something that a collector could buy they'd be happy with, but then at the same time, a kid could buy it and enjoy it as well because it's durable enough that it won't break, or not like, you wouldn't give a SHF to a kid or anything because, there's a lot more delicate parts, things could break. So, yeah.
John, what you got this week, John?
Well, I actually finished up the X-Men wave. I picked up a spare Deadpool, and then I ended up getting Cable, Iceman, and Phoenix. So I'm pretty stoked to have the Juggernaut built up. And from looking at the figure, I don't think it's actually I'm not sure, but I don't think that it's a reuse of any previous parts from like a Rhino or a Red Onslaught. I think it's 100% new.
Oh, that Juggernaut, yeah, it's 100% new.
Yeah, I think that what they're probably going to do, just judging by it, I think they're probably going to reuse that for a Hulk down the line.
Yeah, a lot of people have been speculating that.
Yeah,
people say that one would be the Hulk, but why wouldn't Space Venom be the Hulk?
I don't know. I don't really like that Ultimate Green Goblin body as much for Hulk. I kind of despise it, but
isn't Space Venom a new mold? You have it in, don't you, Boog?
I don't think Space Venom is the same as Ultimate Green Goblin. As a matter of fact, I have them like right next to each other in my.
I was under the assumption, but yeah, as long as it's not on the Ultimate Green Goblin body, I'm fine, because I really don't like that body, especially for Hulk.
Yeah. Hulk they need to take some notes from the Toy Biz molds that they had for Hulk. I mean, almost all of those molds were money. So
that face-off Hulk is still the definitive one. Like
if they could tweak that mold in some way and just give it more articulation, double jointed elbows and an ab crunch in some way without fucking up the sculpt on that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, either one would be fine. whether it were to be the Juggernaut or the Space Venom, but I think they're both a good choice. From what I've seen so far, that Space Venom is something new. But either one would be fine. I think if you want a more bulkier Hulk, you just go with the Juggernaut, and if you want a more like fit looking Hulk, you go with that Space Venom, I suppose.
Yeah, I think the Space Venom might be a little too small. People would not. They complain. They complain about that. You definitely.
The Juggernaut, definitely.
I don't even know what look the Hulk is sporting right now in the comics. Matter of fact, I think he's dead.
Right.
Some shit, right?
Yeah, Bruce Banner ended up getting quote unquote killed by Hawkeye. So right now they're doing Totally Awesome Hulk, which is Amadeus Cho. But I doubt that that's going to stick, as most things in comics, because everyone comes back to life at some point.
So you're saying that Amadeus Cho is literally transforming into a Hulk?
Yeah.
For what?
Because Marvel is trying to do the all new, all different initiative where they're diversity is their motto at this point, but it's diversity in spite of crap storylines. I read.
Is he retaining his intelligence when he transforms? He's got to be, right. That's his.
Yeah, he's still smart. He's definitely a lot more intelligent than Bruce Banner Hulk, but at the same time it's like less interesting and a lot more campy, and there isn't really a legitimate storyline to Amadeus Cho's Hulk right now. It's kind of boring. But I mean, Marvel is going to be doing what they're going to be doing. I just wish
a lot of shit as it relates to the movies right now, so that's really what's going to fuck it up.
Yeah. It's like I don't mind the whole, I'm all for diversity. I don't know if you guys were watching my Instagram stuff, but basically I made like comments about the Mary Jane casting and how, or the potential casting rather, that if Zendaya is actually playing Mary Jane, like it doesn't matter.
Let's touch on that. But I know Pancho joined us. So P, what you got this week? You over there quiet and shit.
Oh yeah, I got a bunch of cool stuff over the last couple of weeks. I got that Mezco Dark Knight. It's pretty dope. I like him. I got that the Figma Sherlock. I think that was really cool. I like that he comes with like that like rickshaw type of deal thing. I think it looks really cool. What else did I get? I got a whole bunch of dumb shit too. So I don't really know. I picked up some blank bodies and I picked up some like weird Figma girl. I don't know who she is or what she's from. I picked her up because I want to do an 11 custom from Stranger Things, and she
What
had
does it look like, the figure?
It looks, I don't know. She's just some weird girl with a dress. Well, I got the box here somewhere. But she has like a dress.
Does she have like purple like things in her hair?
No. She's just. I have the box right here. Hold on. She is Mana Miyuki, whatever that is. I don't know what the fuck this is. But she came with a guitar, which is pretty dope. She came with a guitar case, and that was also a big thing that I wanted to pick it up from. If you want to look it up, it's a Figma 93 is who it is. So, but she had the least amount of modification that I saw that would be needed for a custom L. Like she has a dress and stuff. She seems like she's about the right height, so pretty excited to start putting that together. But yeah, I got that stuff, and I got a lot of people were saying that their Targets were putting their Black Series Star Wars guys on clearance, and my Target was too, so I picked up a couple of people. I picked up an Ahsoka and then like that weird Luke that looks like he was literally just those smaller scale figures just hit with a grow ray or whatever. I don't know. He just looks really weird. But for $13, I figured why not. But I don't know. I dig the. Oh yeah, I got the Mafex Batman and Superman also, and those are really dope.
I see you get the fucking Sherlock Hound.
How did I get him, or why did I get him?
No, I know I saw that you got the Sherlock Hound.
Oh, yeah, I'm really excited about that figure. I think he's
really interesting figure, man. I saw a full.
Let me tell you something, Boog. It's the tits.
It's a very unique, interesting figure, man. I wouldn't buy it, but I recognize that it's a cool figure, though.
Yeah, coincidentally, some guy that I follow on Instagram was selling his for like $60. So I was like, yo, let me get that immediately because I was interested in it, and then I just kept on looking at the current value for it. I think it's like sitting at $80 or something like that.
Comes with a bunch of shit too.
Yeah, it comes with a whole bunch of stuff.
Comes with a whole fucking car, for the
Yeah.
love of God.
The entire car, and like I literally wouldn't be able to forgive myself if I passed that up. And like he just looks dope. Like he comes with a bunch of different, like his clothes. He comes with different variants of his clothes that have like blowing in the wind type of molds and stuff. So he just looks really cool, man.
And the hat has a ball joint, which is pretty cool.
Oh, does it really? Shit.
Yeah. You could like pose around the hat a little bit.
That's so cool. Yeah, I've been so busy at work this week that I got him and I messed with him for like an hour or something, and then I put him up on my shelf. So that's it. And then I got I'm going through my Instagram because I'm trying to figure out what I got this week. I got the True Force Mega Man, and I love that figure.
Oh, you ended up finding one.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like Mega Man X is like literally my favorite game of all time, and to get like when I saw that the San Diego Comic-Con like exclusive for True Force was the color variant of his X1 armor, like I almost died because that's like it's my favorite armor from my favorite game, and like I really love the True Force redesign of Mega Man X anyway. So I was determined to find it no matter what. And then I got the Figma Yugi too, and that one's really dope also. And I'm waiting for the SH Figure Arts Zero Taichi to come out so I could do like a early '90s kid like anime Holy Trinity with Yugi, like Taichi and Ash.
Oh man. Which Ash did you end up getting? I mean, which Yugi did you end up getting? Figma or Reveltech?
It was the Figma one.
They're both great options.
Yeah, I wasn't too sure. I mean, like I like Reveltech. It's just I don't like it as much as Figma. The joints are strange to me. Like the locking joints have given me it. I don't like them as much as the other ones, but that's just me personally. I still recognize it as, a phenomenal line and great technology and stuff, but it's just not for me personally.
Yeah, it takes a little getting used to with those things, man, for sure.
Yeah, but that's about it. And I picked up those like super muscly Rangers also, the ones that are out in U.S. markets.
Did you? You opened it?
Yeah, I opened it. They're okay. They're not bad, honestly. Like for these Western figures, like they have a surprising amount of articulation. I think it's really dope that
they're basically Marvel Legends Power Rangers.
They're really cool. I think it's just interesting to see American Power Ranger figures with this type of articulation. I think that's what's so jarring about it, honestly.
Yeah, they're not the greatest, and I think I said last week, if you have the SHF, then you don't really need them. But if you don't want to pay that crazy SHF price that they're at right now, and you really want Rangers, they're actually not bad. You wouldn't feel like cheated when you bought them or anything like that.
Yeah, they're not bad at all. And like I know the biggest issue with these, especially for those like who watch like Super Sentai and stuff, is just because they look like super huge and like yoked and stuff like that. I mean, but if you grew up with like American Power Rangers, then you're used to seeing these guys look like this in all their promotional art anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So
you're just might as well spend your money on the SHF ones. Like
oh yeah, I have the whole set on SHF, but I just saw these in the store and I was like, it'd be cool to do like some sort of weird shot with the super like ripped Red Ranger and Green Ranger with like the normal like traditional red and green.
Power figure art ones, huh? But yeah, getting back to what John was talking about with this whole Zendaya, Mary Jane situation this past week, it was I still don't know if it's actually 100% confirmed or not, but the rumor has been for some time that Zendaya, who I guess she got her start on Disney, am I right about that?
yeah.
Is going to be playing Mary Jane in the new Spider-Man Homecoming movie, and she is I guess we can categorize her as black. She's mixed though, I would assume. I think one of her parents is black at least.
Yeah, she's the Rock status.
All right. Well, she identifies as a black woman, if I'm not mistaken, because I do
Yeah.
remember maybe like a year ago. I don't know if it was that long or longer, but my girl had showed me. She was in some controversial debate or something happened where she had like rocked like a dread wig or something like that to like a red carpet or something. I don't know. And then one of these bitches from Entertainment Tonight or one of these shows commented on her and said she looked dirty or some shit, and it was this whole uproar about it, and that's how I know of her. Um, so she has some things to say about being a woman of color and this and that and whatever. So she does identify as a black woman, and she might possibly be Mary Jane. So a lot of people were up in arms on the internet over the past week about that. I saw a lot of Trump supporters come out show their true colors and shit. So
This
yeah,
bitch isn't making America great again.
right, exactly. So let's talk about it.
And
John,
I'm gonna just unload really quick because I see people flying off in the comments talking about race changing and whatnot. Um, Basically, personally, I identify with characters in regards to their race when their race is intrinsically tied to that character's respective identity. So, for
Exactly.
instance, if Black Panther was a white person when he's the leader of an African nation and he's an African man and the people that he's ruling are majority African, it would be incredibly odd and people would have every right to be upset over that. So that's why, because Black Panther's race is tied intrinsically to his character, that's why he should be an African man. With Luke Cage, the trials and tribulations of the African American man are embedded into that character. Especially nowadays when you see, countless unarmed black men being shot. It kind of lends itself, not even kind of, it just lends itself to a real legitimate social commentary to have a black man that is bulletproof.
and you know what, too? Just to interject real quick, I'm gonna let you finish. But the thing with Luke Cage, too, is it's sort of reminiscent of the whole Tuskegee experiment thing with Luke Cage too, because he was experimented on in order to get those powers, and so that again that ties into race. It would be nuts, or it would be a little strange for them to do a Power Man from Harlem who was experimented on, and it was some white guy. So yeah, just to add that in. But go ahead.
Power Man's entire origin story is a black story. It's an African American story. I mean, he was betrayed by his best friend, and he was set up for selling drugs. So this is it's a common sort of narrative of the underprivileged black man rising to power.
So that's what we do, huh? We sell drugs and get set up.
It was
Typical black story.
well, no,
Oh, no, I just had
that was the interpretation of.
here, man. I need somebody to fuck with.
Fabio just showed up, so you could.
Oh, speaking of bitches.
But it ties into the whole black exploitative sort of culture that America was diving into during the early 70s and whatnot. So it's like my whole thing is that if a character is tied and it is inherently tied to their race and pretty much every interaction is sort of going to be backtracking to that character's identity and that racial identity is that important to the character, that's when a race change isn't, it shouldn't be done. But with Mary Jane, who is a red-headed model, just because she's a ginger doesn't mean she has to be white. Everything about that character isn't intrinsically white. The way in which she interacts with Peter Parker, her personality, there isn't something that says, oh, this is only a white person's personality. Oh, her story is only a white person's story. That's not true. It's just simply not true. So if you guys are, in the comment section saying, oh, well, how would you feel if Luke Cage or Black Panther were changed to a white person? That's not a fair argument because those characters are tied intrinsically to their race, whereas Mary Jane is not.
I mean, you got to know by now that everything that they're doing in the MCU is in some ways a stark contrast from what's happening in the regular 616 universe in the comic books. Anyway, they actually take a lot of stuff from the Ultimate universe and in the MCU. And the Ultimate Universe, when they first launched that, it was about really shaking things up and really, turning things upside down and doing some really unique things. And I think that's what they've been doing in the MCU and what they continue to do. And
Absolutely.
just making the landscape a little more diverse is not a bad thing. It's not like not to my knowledge, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think Mary Jane has had any insane, crazy solo stories in comic books that, that means that she has to be a white lady. She just got to be a bad bitch. She just got to be fine. That's it.
Exactly.
Really,
Just
at the end of the day.
alpha.
Where they really fucked up, where everybody should have been outraged, is when they casted Kirsten Dunst as fucking Mary Jane.
Right.
Come on.
One of the ugliest women alive.
Yeah, my Mary Jane Trubisky has normal sized teeth, not tiny ass Kirsten Dunst teeth.
Right. So
Right.
that's where people should have really been upset, but because at that moment it was all white, it was all right. So now we got a really attractive young girl who might be playing Mary Jane, who just happens to be mixed race or a woman of color, and I think she looks great. I think it'll be a interesting chemistry between the characters if she in fact is playing Mary Jane, and I think it says a lot about the times that we living in right now too, especially in New York City. New York City is the fucking melting pot. There's all different types of people dating each other and hooking up and getting married and having kids and stuff. It's not in New York City. That's how it is.
Yeah,
So,
6 years ago, the whole I don't know what was wrong with Hollywood casting all type of ugly chicks to be. I think almost every chick damn near in any superhero movie was ugly almost. Like for real, man. Like Mary Jane was ugly as shit. The chick Batman wasn't it Rachel Dawes? God damn, that bitch looked like a fucking dog. Like I
Man,
don't know.
Felicia in the third Spider-Man movie was fine as hell. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I mean,
she's cute.
Listen, you talked about like one or two casts versus all these ugly chicks that were in Marvel movies, DC movies. I don't give a damn. What's the chick name that what's little Hellboy's sister, or when they changed it to the girlfriend?
Liz.
She was ugly as hell. I don't know. I'm just saying. Like it was a lot of ugly chicks.
what's the other chick that's supposed to be in Spider-Man: Homecoming? Who's she playing? She's a nice looking girl too.
Which one are you talking about? The other African American woman, or are you talking about?
Yeah, she's a young girl too. Yeah, I don't know who she is. I don't know what she's been in, but she's nice looking. I don't know who she's supposed to be playing either. But I posted it on my Instagram actually, a picture of the cast. And if you look at the cast, like it's super diverse. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's all young, up and coming actors. It's mad diverse. Like it makes sense for that. For a New York City school. I'm sure it's gonna be like that they're going to like some Bronx Science or something like that. Some school that's catered towards smart kids basically. So that is a diverse sort of atmosphere. Like you're gonna have Asian kids, you're gonna have black kids, you're gonna have white kids. They're all gonna be dating and hooking up and like that's what it is. That's real New York shit right there.
Just me personally, Zendaya #1 is an incredibly attractive young chick.
Fine.
Super fine. On the level of attractiveness, that is what you would want from a Mary Jane. But me personally, I fucking hate Zendaya. I hate that. Pick any other black girl. I hate that girl, man. I hate
acting is what you're saying, right? It's pretty corny. Like my daughter watches that show that she's on, that she's the star of. What's it called?
She's corny as fuck, man.
Yeah,
And it's not just a Disney show too. I've seen her act in multiple scenario. It's not just Disney. And dude, I hate her. She likes to play this like stereotypical like, yeah, don't worry, I'm black too roles, and like it's just like, man, you don't need to do all that.
Yeah.
Like she always likes to be overly silly and like overly sassy. Like I don't like that shit personally.
Well,
I hope that the writing is gonna change the way that she approaches a role. Because we all know that the writing for Marvel Universe is great stuff. So I'm hoping that the writing is gonna be able to transform her into a better actress, and that the directors are not gonna let her control a role to the sense where she acts crazy silly and wants to make a joke every 2 seconds because she wants to be the sassy, yeah, I'm black girl. I don't like that like stereotypical shit.
This could be a breakout role for her. You know, but
Yeah,
but
that's what I'm hoping for. You know, I always say, as much as I hate Zendaya personally, I don't like that as an actress. I mean, she's super attractive, but as an actress, I don't like her. I'd love to be proven wrong, like I said. Dude,
Yeah.
I would love to go to the fucking movie theater and her just kill it, the direction and the writing, you know, transform her into something different. I fucking love it, man. I don't mind being wrong, you know.
At
But
this,
first,
at this
as of this moment, I don't like her. So hopefully she changes.
she's gonna have to kill it because if she does end up being Mary Jane, she's gonna have to kill it because if she doesn't, all of the "I told you so" motherfuckers is gonna be going nuts. So.
Yeah, and for the love of God, somebody get Ice Cube for Jay Jonah. For the love of God.
What where did that rumor even come from?
It started floating somewhere, right? And then people were just like, "Yeah, this is what we want."
It was on Reddit for sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of breakout roles, though, the only place I've ever seen Zendaya is in a Proactive commercial. So she could do anything in this movie, and I'll probably.
Bam, crystal clear, proactive.
But just to interject, I suppose.
Diddy, come on, guys.
My whole thing with Zendaya is that majority of the individuals that are really upset over this, like let's not front, like it is coming from
hell yeah, a black woman in their beautiful white role, you know, it is what it is, you know.
But my whole thing is like, you know, if she doesn't do the character justice or whatever, you know, you can chalk it up to her acting ability. But from what I've seen of the set photos, she's sort of has like her hair pulled back. She has like really frizzy hair. So I think that what they're trying to do is that they're trying to set her up as like this kind of nerdy-ish sort of Mary Jane or just Michelle Gonzalez for, you know, consistency. But they're going to just keep her like nerdy for a bit, and then later on they're going to have her develop into a model. So she might be pursued into modeling by, you know, the midpoint of the film, and then ends up being a model towards the end.
Yeah,
so it's going to be like a personal growth of the character itself. And then we'll see all of those Mary Jane-esque nuances sort of inserted into the character.
Yeah.
Just a quick interjection. This is crazy. Fucking Flash Thompson is Mexican?
Yeah. So, well, not Mexican. That I believe the actor is actually Indian. So
no, his name is Quiñones. That's a Spanish. That's a Mexican last name.
You know what? You know what's funny? You just said that. I'm thinking you're talking about our Flash.
All right.
What? No, man, I know that Flash. Archuleta? Yeah, I know
him. You talking about Mike Archuleta. I'm like, what? He says
Anthony Quiñones. He's apparently like half Guatemalan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, you know, that's crazy. You know, they're definitely, like you guys have been saying, you know, they're going for that diversity.
You know what? I actually like that idea of the New York City like magnet school, and that's why you have all these smart kids going there, even though they're all diverse and everything. I think that's a good idea.
It makes fucking perfect sense. I mean, I don't know for sure that that's what it will be, but that makes perfect sense. You know, and that's how the schools are in New York City, man. That's if you're from the Bronx or Brooklyn or certain parts of, you know, different hoods in New York City, but you are, you know, you on your academic shit, you're gonna end up going to a school with you know, people from Midtown Manhattan and from you know, different nice parts of Queens, and like, you know, these white kids and these Asian kids, and that's just how it's gonna be. It's gonna you know, that's how you're gonna end up interacting with all of these kids. I went to a school like that. I went to Beacon High School in New York City, and at that time it was like super diverse, but you had to take a test to get into the school. So it was a lot of really smart kids from the city. Like I didn't, I can honestly say that like it was a lot of smart kids in that school. I didn't go to school with like a lot of dumbass kids. So, you know, it was an interesting experience. You know, so.
Boog was there on account of affirmative action.
Yeah, that's
affirmative action. Oh, and the guy that plays Flash Thompson, by the way, he's the Hispanic kid from Dope. I don't know if anybody watched the movie Dope.
That's who he is. I couldn't you know, he looked familiar, but I I couldn't peg him. Yeah, okay, that's who that is. Right. I liked him in that movie. He was cool. He was a funny kid.
Was he
No, I
part of
probably
the
have more reason to.
crew, or was he one of the, or was he that guy who shot himself?
He was the one in the crew. He was that like Hispanic. He was like the Hispanic one that was always with the lesbian chick.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know, man. I mean, I want to see a classic Spider-Man story done right before I start seeing all this extra shit. I mean, that's me.
I'll read you one of the comments. Go ahead, Pharaoh. When you're done, I'll read you one of the comments from the Instagram. I'll read a few of them.
Yeah. I was just saying I kind of wanted to see. I really wasn't happy with any Spider-Man at all. You know what I mean? I mean, it was parts of Spider-Man movies that I liked, but I really wasn't happy with the movies in total.
Me too. But
And I kind of wanted to see them actually nail the original story before I start seeing like all this. Hey, let's make Mary Jane black and Mexican Flash Thompson. I guess I don't know. I guess it'll be all right. As long as that Mexican shirt that Rick that y'all get from birth, that SA shirt. I want to see him in that. If he shows up in that Cholo shirt, man, I think I'm gonna have problems.
Tell this actor to give me a call. I'll give him one of my Cholo shirts. I'll give him one of my Lowrider magazine shirts. You know,
Mexicans in New York don't really. Yeah, you know what's funny? What's funny is Mexicans in New York don't really fuck with that Cholo shirt shit, but Mexicans in New York, they wear a lot of fucking Jordans. That's what they wear. They wear a lot
oh yeah, the Mexican.
Here's
Go to that.
Huh? They always got fresh sneakers. That's something I can say. The young urban Mexicans in New York, they always rock fresh sneakers. I will say that.
Yeah, tell you this. Even if they're Team Jordans, they're gonna keep them hoes clean. Tell you that.
No question.
Man. Call up that kid right now.
Even
Man, I can't wait to see him like threaten Peter, but like, man, you walked into the wrong barrio today. Little white boy, you gotta fit it.
the chicks have on the sexiest clothes ever. They should have a pair of high top Jordans.
Real shit. That's real shit. But yeah, let me read you one of these comments. This is if you guys want to get at him on Instagram, I'll tell you his Instagram name too. So this is Insane Mousy.
KKK.
Milesy. Insane Mousy. He says, "Oh come on, more blackening of white characters. When will it stop? It's as if there's no other races in the U.S. MJ is a redhead. Why not make some black characters and Black Panther white, seeing as it doesn't matter, because it does. Pushing political agendas. Some of my favorite characters are black. I never want them to be victims of whitewashing. Why should any other character suffer the same unnecessarily?" So he had a lot to say. He commented a few times.
Yeah, man, like two fucking black. I hate when they say some of my favorite characters are black. Which of the five characters are your favorite? Then,
Listen, man, I love Black Panther and Luke Cage.
Exactly.
Right.
Some people are just saying that they just don't like her, like Rick said.
I hate that bitch.
It didn't have anything to do with the race. They just don't like her as an actress.
This is shake it up.
And don't get me wrong. There's some black people that don't like it either. I've seen plenty of black people comment that they don't like it either.
It's not the fact that they don't like it, it's the reasoning behind it that really bothers me, because it is very much so race-based. And then, I mean, I sort of tried to organize my arguments to a point where if you start to stray off of your position, that I have like traps set up for you, essentially. So it's if someone says, oh, well, red hair doesn't equal red-headed, therefore she has to be white, I then bring up, oh, well, you remember Kirsten Dunst, right? She's a natural blonde. She dyed her hair for the role.
Right.
Oh, you remember Emma Stone, who played Gwen Stacy? You remember that, right? Yeah, but she's actually a natural redhead playing a blonde.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, just keep it 100 with you, though, man. Very few African Americans are born with red hair outside of being albino.
Yeah.
But so many Caucasians are also born rarely with red hair. I mean, you might as well get Julianne Moore to play Mary Jane Watson.
# albino movement.
And then it just now occurred to me. You remember Bryce Dallas Howard? She was actually the original Gwen Stacy in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man films, and she's a natural redhead, but she was playing a blonde too. So it's like the hair color shit doesn't matter. I think that a lot of people will be a lot happier if Zendaya actually sports like red tint in her hair, but not necessarily red hair.
First of all, that red shit in New York, that's like some Puerto Rican shit. Puerto Ricans dye their hair red. Like all types of people dye their hair red in New York City. It doesn't really.
Puerto Rican.
That shit don't matter. Like, you know, she looks Hispanic with her hair red. Honestly, like that's some shit that a lot of Hispanics out here do. Is put
What
red
you could do?
in their hair.
She do a dirty red.
But Mr. Cracky 13, Mr. Cracky 13 says, "I don't care what MJ looks like. I'm not going to watch it for this thought. I'm going for Spidey."
You want to know what was the absolute craziest comment I received? It was that someone was trying to bring in cultural genocide in regards to the blackening, quote unquote, of a white character. I was so fucking offended after reading that comment.
I wish that was true. I wish that there was an issue with the blackening of shit in modern day society, because that's just not what it is. Everything is white.
Well, to be fair, it happens, but it's called cultural appropriation. You see lots of white dudes acting like black dudes all the time.
Exactly. But it's like the whole terminology, sociological terminology behind cultural genocide implies that, you know, oh, white people are now not able to have as many of the freedoms and the, you know, the things that they were able to enjoy in previous times. But that's simply not true. We live in America.
Same people that claim that there's a war against Christianity right now.
Oh, exactly. But it's like white people feel as though that their freedoms are being threatened right now. But it's like, guess who's still the star of the movie? A white guy.
Right.
So you can't sit here and say that there's a cultural genocide when it's merely your constituents of different colors and ethnicities and, you know, what have you, that are actually just standing alongside, you know, the white male. So it's just...
I tell them bitches that sit around and let Cleopatra be white and all type of other... Like, you talk that shit about that shit.
My favorite thing is that these...
Breakfast at Tiffany's?
My favorite thing is, like, they'll bitch and complain about Zendaya being, you know, or Zendaya potentially being MJ, but then they won't bat an eyelash in regards to, like, Gods of Egypt or something, where, you know, all of these Egyptian people are just played by white guys, and specifically, like, Australia.
Man, let me tell you this, man. As a person, you know, Pharaoh over here or Boog can say what they want, but I'll tell you this, man. Us Mexicans have nobody. We have nobody in comics, man, and they go and make Bane a white man.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody say shit about that, man. They took one. I mean, Bane is kind of left open-ended. They don't really say he's like a Mexican or anything like that. But come on, man. How are you gonna take like one of the good ones? That's like the only villain we got.
I don't even know what.
Because he was like 6 feet tall, man. They was like, oh no, you can't be Mexican.
Hey man, Tom Hardy is short as fuck. Don't be giving me that. That boy ain't tall.
But
You
the
know,
thing is that, like, some of Bane's most interesting stories occur through the Mexican cartels. So it's like
and you know the luchador mask. It's
You know, Bane is Hispanic, like some form of being Hispanic.
Well, if you had no prior knowledge of Bane or haven't been exposed to him at all, you would have had no clue what the fuck he was in this past Batman movie. I didn't know what that accent was.
Racist Sean Connery.
Oh God.
Mr. Country Connery.
Basically. So that was.
Yeah.
I think it would have been cooler if they actually gave him a hard Mexican accent. I think that shit would have been dope.
Yeah, man, that's what I love about him in the cartoons and stuff like that. When he has that, I'm going to break you, Batman. It's like, damn, it's like a matador's telling this dude, like, you about to die.
He sounds like a young Ricardo Montalban. It's awesome.
Yeah, man, he's the most interesting man on earth before he gets old. You know what I mean?
So I don't know. You know what they might do? She may be playing Michelle or whatever they're saying for the movie. But she, like you said, she may transition to becoming this supermodel, and Mary Jane might be her stage name. They might freak it up.
I was sort of
Yeah, I was just thinking that too. So that could be a very, like her professional name. People do that shit all the time.
Right. So that could be her stage name, and they may, be telling the truth about her playing Michelle. Michelle, whatever is her real name, but she ends up going by Mary Jane as a stage name. I think that would be pretty dope.
Yeah, at the moment, nobody has confirmed or denied it, but James Gunn hasn't denied it or anything. He was showing her support, so.
And she does have pictures out there that are not photoshopped with her with red hair and shit too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, she does. She does. I mean, hey, if Matt Damon can be the savior of China,
Basically.
my favorite thing
Tom
is
Cruise is the fucking last samurai and shit, right?
Tom Cruise is the last samurai. Matt Damon is China's last hope. It's
and then of course you can't forget Brad Pitt, the Mexican.
Brad Pitt, the #1 Mexican.
Yeah.
Well, you can't forget Tom Hanks, the last black man on
the last on Earth starring Tom Hanks.
Right.
Paul Mooney like a ball.
Paul Mooney is a funny motherfucker, man.
Negrodamus?
Rodamus.
Miss it so much.
Paul Mooney is he's like 80-something years old right now.
Man, that dude is old as shit, Paul Mooney.
Black don't crack.
One of this girl that used to work for me used to be his personal assistant on the side too, or whatever. So I've gone to a couple of his shows and shit, and she was also roommates with his daughter too. So I've
Oh, his daughter, 70?
No. No, the girl that used to work for me was roommates with his daughter, I guess she's probably was in her 30s at that time or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, Paul Mooney's a funny dude, man.
Y'all be mad when they cast fucking Wayne Brady as Alfred or something.
Oh my.
Y'all, let's see how y'all feel about switching race roles then.
He's about to wake up. He's about to wake up Bruce Wayne every morning by singing to his ass.
Oh my God. A lot of those.
Bruce.
That guy is hilarious.
What's everybody watching, man? What shows we watching?
Man, tell you right now, if you're not watching Power every Sunday, you are fucking up.
All right, man, let's talk. I'm glad you said that. Let's talk Power for a second.
Let's do it, Pharaoh.
Most coincidental show that's on TV, right? Everything is just hey, okay, this guy's gonna turn left, which in turns put him in a position for this guy to turn right, and then the plot thickens behind that bullshit. Did you watch the last episode?
Hell yeah, I watched the last episode.
Come on, man. That shit was so fugazi.
For which part in particular?
Just the part where Tommy killed Holly. Just the whole situation. Just the whole time, he didn't want to kill Ghost. So I mean, and it's leading up to him eventually, him and Ghost being back together as a team or whatever. But the way they just went about it, man, that shit's just so. And as soon as he gets his original partner back, the dude he took under his wings just so happened now he got to fuck back with 50. Come on, man. I don't know, man.
It's the rise of Kanan right now.
That shit's like Saints Row or some shit, man.
I was really disappointed with the whole the way they didn't really explain the whole situation with 50 and shit. He should be, even if he got out of that building, he should be dead. You know how hard it is to recover from.
Or you know what? If you're not dead, you better be looking like Spawn.
Yo.
Well, they didn't go into it because damn well the way he was stabbed and the way he was burned, no way in hell would he be able to get up, grab that crowbar, and pry that fucking door open from the inside.
Yeah.
And you know what? After one episode, his scars disappeared.
Yeah,
He got burned up in the face, and then it was
when you get severely burned like that, the main thing that you die from is infection. Right. He's laying in a fucking bed with exposed, burnt wounds and shit. You don't have a wrap on or anything? What the fuck?
But you gotta take it's not written like The Wire.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all.
You
Not at
pretty
all.
much take your brain out and you're looking at some fucking like hypersensitive fucking superhero gangster shit.
Literally, The Wire is probably one of the best shows that has ever come on television. The most well written show that has ever come on television, and probably only.
Shit.
It's in pretty much everyone's top 20 that like actually reviews television.
You know, some people say it's better. It was better than Sopranos to me. It was
I think so.
it was probably the best show that came on TV.
The problem with Sopranos is that it overstayed its welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it got to the point to where it was almost they were like mirror images of fucking actual gangsters. They had stopped being gangster a while ago.
It was kind of making fun of them the whole entire time, though. Really, it was really showing you like how degenerate and fucking stupid they were, and just how like fucked up of a lifestyle it was, though. Like it wasn't. I didn't feel like it was really like glorifying them and shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it was making them out to be what they were. Like, you know, they were some grimy motherfuckers. Like, you know, some just, you know. So I don't know, but The Sopranos was a little silly at times. The Wire was just so ingenious, man. Everything about it, because it wasn't just the hood shit. It was the political shit. It was the, you know, the stuff on the police force. Some people didn't like the season with the docs and everything, but that shit really gave you the full scope of how this, you know, the underworld is and how it works and shit. Like it was very well written, man.
Look who wrote it. It was written by a fucking ex-detective and an ex-Baltimore Sun journalist.
There you have it. So yeah.
So I mean, you pretty much they just took a bunch of stories they knew about, mixed people together to come up with characters, and they just went with some real shit. And like you said, I think the docs, the season 2 was probably the least liked. But when, like you said, when you really get to see that shit, you're like, oh, so this is how they're bringing this dope in, and this is that, another. Like it was needed. When you watch that shit continuously, that was some good shit. I think season 5 was probably the worst season.
Yeah, but it still brought everything full circle, though. It showed you exactly how it goes down in the hood, in those neighborhoods and shit like that. Like, you know, it was pretty nuts. Y'all didn't get up on this the night of yet? Nobody's watching that?
I am going to start watching it tonight, actually. I'm going to catch up on one of my mini pirating sites.
Yeah, that's very good. I would definitely recommend that. It's interesting. I don't want to really give anything away on that. It's a good show. The Night of is on HBO, or you could pirate that shit however you can. And that's good. Fucking, we talked about Vice Principals. That shit's hilarious. Last week's episode had me crying.
Is anybody here watching Scream on MTV? Probably not.
We don't watch shows, man.
Sorry, Fabio.
I'm sorry, guys. It's one of those teen drama kind of shows, very CW. But fuck, if that plot didn't grab me from like the first episode, I don't even watch that many like scary movies or anything. I wouldn't call myself a horror fan, but I do like the way that they've reimagined, you know, Wes Craven's Scream. It's a new killer, new mask, but there's a lot of those. You know how Scream was the original like self-aware horror movie?
Yeah.
Where everyone's like, oh, I'm the person that does this, and you're the virgin, and you're the last girl. All that shit permeates through the entire series. And the bookend is this one kid who actually runs a podcast in the show. So he's kind of like the voice of, you know, like our narrator, like what's going on, who recaps everything. But it's bookended nicely because it's actually part of the story. Like his podcast becomes part of the plot, and it's how they find who the killer. It's fucking good. It's a good show. You just got to get over two things, and that's all the dumb teen drama and all the trendy music that they play, which is like, you know, it's on MTV, so they always put like the title and everything of the song, and it's all new and trendy, but it's all really douchey music. Get over those two things, and it's actually a really good show.
I don't know, but I tried to watch Teen Wolf, and God knows, that's like, oh my God.
That shit's terrible. My girl was watching that shit faithfully. I'm like, if you don't turn this shit
Yeah,
on.
Scream is kind of like that as far as like the teen drama stuff goes, but I think it's way better than Teen Wolf.
Yeah, I don't know. It needed some nudity, most definitely. Like shit.
Definitely.
You know, I walked away for a second, but, you know, since I heard somebody talking about Scream and Teen Wolf, why don't we talk about probably the best show Netflix has ever done, if you guys didn't while I was gone, fucking Stranger Things.
I don't know why y'all think that's the best show Netflix.
It was okay, man. I mean, I liked it.
Okay, there's nobody on this panel, I guarantee it, that has watched as much Netflix programming, original programming, as I've ever watched. F is for Family, fucking BoJack Horseman, Arrested Development, Orange is the New Black, House of Cards, you name it, I've watched it all. This is by far the best piece they've ever done. It's incredible.
Wait, talking about House of Cards is a Netflix show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. Was I watching House of Cards on Netflix or was I?
I'm almost certain I remember you saying that you were watching House of Cards.
I watched it. I'm up to date. I thought it was pretty interesting. It gave you a very real look into the political landscape and shit. And a lot of people are saying that that's the Clinton story and shit.
Yeah, it's a lot of people. A lot of people claim that the inspiration behind it was very, very Clinton heavy, and it's a great show. You fucking name it, man. Voltron, whatever. I've fucking watched it all, man. But Stranger Things, the writing and the acting and the production on it is something really special.
You know what it is? I've seen people mention it's very nostalgic of some of the 80s movies and shit and different things that really I would say that kind of shaped our childhood, like me, Pharaoh, some of us that are 30 plus and shit, almost 40 and shit, 40,
man. Speak for yourself.
Shut the fuck up. You older than
If I had to summarize Stranger Things in a nutshell, it's like the greatest hits of Stephen King. So if you're
a lot of Spielberg,
that's smart right there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It seems like a lot of different Stephen King shit together.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Stephen King and Spielberg were like, hey, you want to make out, and then their spit turned into this.
Yep, pretty much.
Basically.
Yeah, it takes a lot from a lot of people. It has a lot of influences from E.T. and and just multiple works of
Yeah, I've seen some people mention Stand By Me, which I saw recently.
Stand By Me, yeah. I mean, even Goonies to an extent. It takes a lot of great things from previous films and series and stuff like that, and really makes it into something special. An incredible series. I think personally for me, the thing that just really puts it over the top is how incredible these kids act. I've never seen children act that way.
Oh my God!
I will agree with you there. The acting from the kids was fucking top notch, no question.
It's crazy. I don't know how the fuck they found these kids, because they're all insanely
very good. They all played their roles in their positions to a T. There's no question about that. I gotta give it. I hope the kids, at least some of them, win some type of what's TV awards? The Emmys?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Emmys. Yeah.
So I hope they
that black kid was irritating as fuck.
But he was irritating, but he was.
Thank you, Pharaoh. Thank you, Pharaoh, because that is the one kid that really annoyed me. There was that.
You know what's crazy? He reminds me so much of my son. Jesus.
I was just about to.
I'm like.
About to say, Pharaoh. The reason why he's so irritating is because he's so real. He's a very real. That's how he acts.
Real shit. Hey, Rick. Every time me and my girl would be sitting there watching it. And he started bitching, like, no, where's my friend? And I just look over, like, that's, look at him like
that's the kid that's sleeping in the door next to me right now.
Yeah, but his character was very real, though. It was
about that,
but, it was real, man. It was he played the role very well, man.
Excellent performance when he bumped his head and got knocked the fuck out. Excellent.
I could not agree with you more, Pharaoh. I could not agree with you more.
Excellent. I would buy a NECA figure of him getting knocked the fuck out.
Yeah. Bound to happen.
Hold on. What happened with Randy and NECA and Pharaoh and addressing Pharaoh? He didn't address him by name, right?
No, basically,
it's in the interview.
No, what happened was that Randy was like, yeah, man, these guys say that I do things for me, that that I'm always thinking about, personally. He's like, then I would be out of business if that were true, and something else he said, and then Fabio was like, well, I'm sure Pharaoh, has said that, or something along Pharaoh said that a few times. He's like, oh yeah,
he's trying to dry snitch on me too.
He was like, oh yeah, well then fuck Pharaoh, and I was like, shit.
Wow, shots fired, huh?
He tried to dry snitch on me, but he just know it gets to him and shit. That just lets you know that him and his bitch paying attention, man.
I'll tell you this, Fabio made my year. That was hilarious. to hear that dude go, oh yeah, well fuck Pharaoh. I was dying, man.
You should have seen his face.
Like I said, though,
Because he raised his eyebrows, he's like, oh, fuck that guy.
hey, it doesn't matter. Until he, I mean, you got to realize Randy's one of the most defensive people that you. He's one of the most. If you read his comments, even on his Twitter and everything, he's very fucking defensive, especially when he knows he's wrong. It'd be certain shit. He tries to justify certain shit, and in reality, his justifications just be fucking whack. And I mean, I've watched John Papa Sergio call him on shit to the point to where he just blocked me. Like I don't want to hear what he has to say because he doesn't agree with what he's saying.
Why not create a new account and he'll still block that shit?
Right.
Hey, speaking of
I'm
Pharaoh,
saying it's
speaking of
crazy.
fake,
What'd you say?
did you hear it? Or rather, did you see that YouTube video that this guy put out? It's like a 27-minute long, like scathing
I couldn't
YouTube
watch
video.
the whole shit. I couldn't watch
that video.
Why I
No.
hate him and why I hate
It's called The Problem with NECA Today and Every Day. So if you're in the chat, go look it up. It's
Nah, man,
pretty
I ain't
scathing. There are a lot of his shit that I was listening to, I was like kind of laughing at because it's really the guy just like being personally butthurt rather than like having legitimate criticism for the company. So there's that, but it's still enjoyable.
The company's not a bad company, man. I mean, don't get it twisted, man. I know I talk a lot of shit about him. I don't think the company's a bad company, but I do think that Randy has some fucking just some fucking dumbass decisions when it comes down to making money. And it's nothing in the world he's going to tell me to make me believe anything other than if it was not for Aliens and Predator, that's if it wasn't for them, he wouldn't be in business as far as I'm concerned. Come on. Nobody's knocking down doors for Pacific Rim.
Not even the fact that he wanted to make Karloff and didn't get to make Karloff, because that's the exact point that he makes.
You said what?
Come on. He makes the point that, like, you know, when people say that, oh, the line is basically just shit that Randy wants to make, Randy responded to that in my interview by saying, like, well, listen, I wanted to make Karloff, the kaiju, for Pacific Rim, and I didn't get to, so it's not about what I want. That's what he says.
One figure. When the man has personally said things like, oh, well, I'm not going to make Terminator 3 figures because I didn't like the movie. Who the fuck cares?
Well, on that point, that's exactly what this video that this guy put out is about, is because Randy made some comments on Twitter saying that he doesn't like Alien 3, that it's a terrible movie and shit. And it happens to be this guy's favorite movies of the Alien movies is Alien 3, so he got all butthurt about that, and that's what really kicked the whole thing off. He literally did. He's like, if that's what the beginning of the video starts, he's like, I can't believe you would say that about my favorite movie, like basically verbatim.
It's hilarious.
I mean, that might be true, but all I'm saying is this. How in the fuck, here's the logic with one point. How in the fuck do you make Terminator 2 without John Connor? The whole basis of the fucking movie is John Connor. Like,
bro, they're gonna make it. They're gonna make him. Don't worry.
Yeah, I've heard rumors.
Dude, if they're putting out this new now in a 2-pack with Ripley, we're for sure gonna get that John Connor somehow. Like, I'm more sure now than I've ever been.
Well, that's my main point. My main point. If you go back to our original arguments when we used to have them, whatever, was the fact that right now there's no John Connor. I mean, he's done Terminator. How many years he's done that fucking license? This is second go at it. Like, what the fuck? Like,
It's at least 8 now.
You release Kyle Reese but you're gonna tell me that, hey, John Connor will not accept.
They might do Kyle Reese in Ultimate form too, so that's like another one waiting for.
That's
But
good.
the fact is, like, yeah, there's a lot of movies that like they don't like, and they get to them, but eventually on their own time, they're not really. They want to push out the more important stuff first, like the Cameron Terminator films or Aliens, and then get into like the weaker films like Alien 3. They'll probably do T3 at some point too. Honestly, they might even do Salvation. These licenses for years.
Fabio, where does Weird Al fit? like seriously, no bullshit. Tell me where Weird Al and fucking Evil Ernie or whatever the fuck his name is, where do they fit in between all this other shit that people like?
Within all their other music licenses, like Iron Maiden.
Oh man, that's bullshit. Right here to this day, you can go into a Toys R Us, find Iron Maiden figures. You can go find a weak ass fucking 8 figures. You can go find fucking Weird Al. I still see Weird Al in in 2 of my comic shops. Nobody bought that shit at all. Like, the fuck out of here, man.
It's because it's Weird Al.
Prioritize. He'd have had some real shit out here, not that bullshit.
I will say.
Well, when you can eat it costume, you can get that one. I know that one's your favorite.
Let me tell you this, man. I love Weird Al. I grew up with him. I don't know why anybody would make a toy.
Why? What the fuck are you gonna do?
For the novelty, you guys. For the goddamn novelty.
Stop it. You're just a NECA fan, man.
You know
See,
what? No,
that's the biggest
here's
thing.
the
I buy
here's the
figures.
satisfaction I get from having the Weird Al figure. I have friends come to my house who don't
figures,
collect
I buy
figures
figures I like.
whatsoever.
I'm
I
not
have
gonna
friends come over who don't like figures whatsoever, but they grew up with Weird Al. Maybe they heard a few songs. Maybe it was UHF. Maybe it was White and Nerdy. Whatever. They don't give a shit.
Because that shit is NECA. If NECA came out with a figure that was ass trash, you would still buy at least one. Because you're a fan
I don't buy
of
the Virgin figures.
versus a fan of actual figures like that you like. You like the company.
I like the way it plays on my shelf.
I mean, I'm not knocking you for it. Don't get it twisted. I'm not telling you that you're a bad collector because you go out here and you buy NECA figures. I'm just saying that I'm not invested into a company to the point to where I say, hey, I'm going to go out and buy everything a company releases versus shit that I actually like. That's just the difference, I think.
I will say that my experience with NECA has been piss poor, to say the least. I decided to buy the Christopher Reeve Superman thing. Broke right out of package.
Yep.
I'll send you another one.
Yeah, I'm
Look
just,
at him. Look at him. I'll see you never. He's the personal dude that's sending out replacements for Randy right now. He sent him home with him. He sent
You
him
gotta
home
tweet me.
giant
Tweet me at NECA CS.
NECA figure strapped to the top of his car.
Tweet me at NECA CS if you want a replacement.
That's a hilarious point, because in that video that that Fabio was talking about, so for the first like 10 minutes, it's this guy just being personally upset that Randy doesn't like Aliens 3, and he finds it personally offensive, and then he goes around talking about trying to tweet at NECA customer service and then never reply. So just go ahead and forward all your NECA customer service, stuff like that to Fabio personally. He'll go ahead and take care of it.
Rip my inbox. Rest in peace, inbox.
if NECA actually wants to create a successful line for collectors that collect different, different brands and whatnot, because they don't. Do they have like not an exclusive, but do they actually have like the ability to produce Marvel figures?
They do, but Hasbro has the master toy license for 6 to 7-inch scale, so they can only do the quarter scale.
If they want to make a ton of money, release a movie Giant Man in that 18-inch scale or whatever, and then a comic Giant Man. That's how they can stay afloat.
That's funny that you mentioned that, because I actually suggested both those exact things when I talked to them at Comic-Con.
Yeah, that
What say? What did he say to you?
They're like, well, yeah, that's a great idea. Stefan, actually, the bio guy, was the one who's...
Hey, stay in your place.
But real quick, Stefan was actually... He says that he's been actively pushing for that. Like, he's been telling Randy that it'd be a good idea to do it. So Stefan might be the one that makes it happen.
Where's it not common sense? With all the other, look at the staging for Giant Man. You've got the 3 3/4 inch. You've got a 6-inch figure. You got roughly about a 5.5, 6-inch figure. That's an import. You also got fucking Diamond doing their like a 7.5-inch figure of They've done Ant-Man at least, but the point is that how is it you say, oh well, no one's going to buy a Giant Man?
everyone will.
That's not what I said. I agree with you, and I'm sure they.
I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying like who's ever trying to push Randy to do it. How hard do you really have to push him?
Gotcha.
Like,
Yeah, honestly, if we do see it, it would probably be around the time of the next sequel, because that would make more sense.
But how much is going for right now?
Say it again.
How much is their Deadpool going for, that 18-inch one?
It's about 100 to 120, depending what retailer.
Literally, they can mark up the price to 150 for a Giant Man. Everyone would still buy it.
Right. That
Yeah,
thing
probably.
be stumping all over dioramas and shit on Instagram.
No question. I mean, they have to know. All of these companies know, and especially NECA, they know that what the collecting community is like, what the displaying community is like right now. Everyone knows that everybody's trying to set up displays and take pictures of their toys. So they have to know that shit would sell crazy and would show up crazy. It's such a great time for these companies because they don't really even need to do any serious marketing or promotion. That shit is getting done for them for free on Instagram and Facebook and everything every single day. If they drop that shit, it's over. Like you said, John, people would pay $150 for that figure. I'm sure, no question
But,
about
Why would?
but he's concentrated on Weird Al.
it. Right.
Hey, you'll be happy to hear, Pharaoh. Pharaoh, you'll be happy to hear, dead ass. There is 4 more Weird Al's coming.
Hey, you know that's crazy. And you see that Bill and Ted's supposed to be popping up soon.
Yo, I don't mind Bill and Ted.
Yeah, Bill and Ted's at the end of this month, and Rufus is at the end of next.
In the interview with Fabio, he told him that there's like 3 or 4 more costumes coming out of Weird Al. So, you know.
What happened? And just like the Contra 2-pack, what has that thing sold out yet?
It's I think they have it in limited quantities still on their eBay shop, but it's shipping right now.
I know it's shipping, but I mean, okay, I remember Contra. I grew up in the age where Contra was relevant. But I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure that if I was born 10 years after I was born, I wouldn't give a shit about Contra figures.
I was born like 20 years after you, and I give a shit about Contra.
No, you don't. You give a shit about NECA.
I give a shit about... No, in this case, I really do care about these Contra figures, because you didn't know 6-year-old Fabio at his grandma's house in the projects in Venezuela playing on the Super Famicom in his uncle's room, motherfucker.
Somewhere playing with an iguana. You weren't playing no damn video games, man.
Yeah, I did. My grandma called it a Nintendo.
You had a tire swing by the swamp. Stop.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
you know what? My grandma called it the Nintendo. Not the Nintendo. The Nintendo.
Nah, man. I mean, I don't know. I ordered the fucking Nathan Drake. So
Yeah, that's shipping right now, too. They have it on eBay. Well, the thing with Contra was that it got delayed like 6 months. We were supposed to have it at the beginning of the year almost.
Yeah, he
And
said
Konami
is like the worst people to deal with, he said.
pretty much. I mean,
Konami don't give a fuck about Contra. They're like, shit, we ain't selling Contra.
it's not that they don't care about Contra. They just, like, from what Randy explained, they just, like, didn't get it. They didn't understand the concept behind the video game figures. And I'm doing all air quotes while I say this. But
I didn't
they
understand
completely canceled Simon Belmont from Castlevania.
Come on, man.
Yeah, that was one part of the interview that was just having me so annoyed that Konami, just like Fabio said, apparently they don't see the point, and they wouldn't allow the Simon Belmont. That's fucking ridiculous.
Well, Konami in general is just down the shit like as of like 2 years ago.
What are you talking about, Pancho? They're making zombie games now.
Yeah, Metal Gear Survival is going to be game of the year all years.
I'm with Ponto.
100 years zombie survival. Thousand times zombie survival. Yay.
Right. I'm tired of zombies.
I think the best quote from tonight is going to be, and Konami just didn't get it. So it's generally, you can apply that to anything involving Konami. So.
Hey, speaking of zombies, man, what's going on with McFarlane and these weak-ass Walking Dead figures?
Oh, my God.
He single-handedly started a meme. Everybody is looking at those figures in the aisles and flicking them off and taking a photo. Everybody do that. You see the color tops in stores, put your finger in the frame, flick it off, and send it to McFarlane. Please.
Yeah, it's all over their Twitter. Everybody just tweeting them pictures of them flipping them off because it's so stupid. I mean, I understand, those new anime ones, those are something different and those are something new, but for all these people that have been collecting the 5-inch Walking Dead for so long, and you go and do some shit like this, is just a slap in the face.
I would have switched over if the figures weren't just statues. I mean, listen. It's crazy, like with the Rick figure, you can't even extend the arm out to point the gun. Like, out to the side, like, how Rick holds his gun? I don't see any hinges on the shoulders for that.
Well, to quote...
It's not like those 12-inch ones that they had that actually had, like, interchangeable parts, so they were static, but you could change, like, the quote-unquote pose on him.
Well, to quote Todd McFarlane, you guys want articulation, I'm going to give you articulation.
Yeah.
Yeah, you forgot the other half of that quote. You forgot the other half of that quote. I can give you the articulation, but what are you gonna do with it?
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Hey, he ain't lying. Hey, he's not lying. He did give you the articulation. Those figures, one leg turns, the other leg swivels. Like, you can't do shit with articulation, guys.
Yeah, what the fuck are you gonna do with that?
Let me tell you something, guys. That articulation is ugly. It's ugly. It's like, okay, man.
You would think you would just transition completely into making statues. You would think.
Yeah.
Or just do two. just do two separate things, just do statues and then do ones that are super articulated, whether you like that they're cut up or not. So you have both of those options. I collect statues and I collect figures, and I don't mind them being a separate thing. I don't need some stupid hybrid. I don't need some dumb one with like Rick having a V crotch and a head swivel and that's it. I don't need no shit like that.
I mean, he would make so much money if he would just lend his license out for some of the Image comic stuff, like say a Mezco. If Mezco got their hands on a Spawn, oh my goodness.
Christ Messiah, I need that in my life.
It's a fucking shame, because a lot of these guys that started these other companies, they're all from McFarlane.
Yeah, exactly.
NECA and Mezco, these guys are all McFarlane guys, and they had enough.
Right. I mean, I saw somebody on Instagram, whoever handles the McFarlane's Instagram, was like, hey, the new color tops are out. They might not have much articulation, but the sculpt and paint really makes up for it. And then like 10 people in the comments are like, well, NECA can do articulation and sculpt and paint, or like X company can do it, or this other company can do it. Like everybody chimed in.
Why the X and other companies, but you mentioned NECA.
Well, because I made the NECA example. All right, I commented. It was me that said NECA's doing it. All right.
From what I can see, from what I've seen from the anime ones, those look just fine. But these McFarlane, these Walking Dead ones look terrible. The sculpt doesn't look good. I don't know who said that at least the sculpt looks good because they lied to you. The sculpt looks
the sculpt doesn't look good at all either.
Yeah, they look like they were sculpted out of butter, melting
Rick
butter.
Looks like Rocky Dennis, okay?
I was gonna buy Michonne, and then I was like, I looked at Michonne and I was like, no, I'm just gonna. I bought that fucking 12-inch one or whatever. I said I could stand for a static figure on my desk or something. It's not a big deal. Nah.
No, dude, the sculpts suck. I don't know why. So far, some of the other ones don't look bad, like I said, but those fucking Walking Dead ones, they don't look good. They look really badly sculpted. Personally, I think they fucking look bad. So it doesn't make up at all. That's because the sculpt sucks.
Hey man, well, a lot of these companies seeing how to do it wrong. Well, I won't lie. I think that Mezco dropped the ball though with their fucking Breaking Bad and their fucking
Oh, that was a terrible mistake.
Those figures, they dropped the ball with that.
Yeah, that was a big fuck up, and it was one of those things where like, not to toot Randy's horn, but I would have preferred fucking NECA 1,000 times over. Because they would have given us the articulation at least, like, this guy can barely turn his head and you get a bag of money. Yay, like.
I mean, don't get it twisted. He had his times where he was giving you arm movement and no leg movement. Look at all those damn Terminator figures with no leg movement. That's why we buying them all over again.
Damn, one more game.
So at least he got it together, though. I can say that. At least he figured out, like, okay, well, let's go ahead and get this ball rolling.
So what we got going on in the comments? We got any questions on there? I'm sure so.
Oh, man, we got a shitload of them. Who wants to take it on?
You?
All right. Nobody? All right. Like, my mistake. You have to take this bitch over. All right, let me go to the comment section right now. See what's going on.
There's just a bunch of screaming in the comments from what I can see.
Hey man, this is like the first time I've ever seen that that Don Tony fucker isn't here. That guy that's like
he pops up.
As soon as he's gonna fucking pop up immediately. You guys have any questions? Start putting it in the bottom. And some guy named Alex says, why would anybody want an A.B.A figure? He's such a boring character. Well, let me tell you why. Because it completes a team.
Exactly.
And what the hell do you expect from A.B.A? You expect him to be some like emotionally driven, amazing character. He's a fucking brute. What do you expect?
Oh shit!
It would translate into a pretty nice looking figure, though. I think so.
The only issue I have with
I thought the character was stupid as fuck in the books, but it might translate to a nice looking figure, though.
Yeah, it's not that he's like anybody's favorite, but it's just the simple fact that you need him to complete a team that's not that far off from being completed, which is what makes it so frustrating. And you have the sculpt that goes with him. That's the reasoning behind everybody wanting a fucking A.B.A.
Well, you'd be surprised. I know me doing A.C.B.A. or whatever. You'd be surprised if you just want to put in a damn shot.
Yeah. You just want to spice it up. You want to throw somebody in.
Definitely.
Especially more Hulk, family figures. We don't have too many of them.
We
But
don't we don't have good ones from on some of these new molds and shit from
like,
Hasbro.
I desperately want like all of these B-list, C-list sort of Hulk villains. Like, I really want another leader.
Yeah.
I think
For the love of God, yes.
does not hold up that well. And my only issue with making an A-bomb is that I want them to make the legs on the Abomination, that whole mold. I want them to make it larger so he doesn't look so scrawny.
Yeah, if the legs was just longer on that figure, it'd be good because the torso is wide. It's the upper torso.
I think it's because they went with a single hinge on that knee. I think they actually could have squeezed in a double hinge and actually would have made the legs longer.
Yeah, that would have been a lot better.
Yeah.
They shortcut it, I think. And what do they use? A rhino leg, pretty much.
Yeah.
All Rhino.
But who else from the Hulk family? I wouldn't mind us getting the Amadeus Cho though figure though. Anyway, just
Doc Samson, man. They really need to recruit him.
Yeah, man, we need a new Doc Samson like it's
word,
nobody.
word. Doc Samson has been pretty. He showed up quite a few times over the past like 10 years or so. He was fucking with the Thunderbolts. He was their shrink and shit. So even if they did Doc Samson in a suited body and gave us a bigger suited body, that'd be nuts. That'd be great.
Now, Boog just done fucked up. They gonna say, you know what? That guy's right. Next thing you know, they're gonna use that damn Purple Man body and put a big ass Doc Samson head on that motherfucker.
No, but I hope that they give us Doc Samson in the sort of classic red shirt look. I kind of want a figure of that. I mean, something tells me that they would probably put it on, say, like a Hyperion mold.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be the worst, but
I don't think he needs to be that big, though. Honestly, I don't know if Doc Samson needs to be that big. I don't know.
That's my thing. They kind of messed that up with Sentry too. Sentry isn't Hyperion level of beef. He's more slender.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should have been on what is now like the
Reaper, the Grim Reaper.
The Reaper.
Yep.
But that kind of puts him in line with those type of characters, which doesn't really give you a sense of like power.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it was kind of one of those things. I think because they don't have a mold in between the Hyperion mold and that Captain America mold, you kind of just stuck with that bigger one.
Yeah.
They definitely need to create like the in-between molds of the in-betweens, because right now the Grim Reaper is serving as the in-between the Bucky Cap and the Hyperion, but there needs to be.
They have a new mold coming out actually.
Yeah, they have a new one coming out. Yeah, they do.
The new Spider-Man.
Bucky Cap. You guys, I mean, we should be releasing the Hasbro interview pretty soon, so he'll say it on there. But it's basically meant to go alongside the Bucky Cap, so they can use it a little bit less.
Yeah, it's the one that's going to be used on Spider UK, right?
Yeah.
I feel bad for these people that didn't really understand what people were saying about this new mold. This new mold does not mean by any stretch of the imagination that Bucky mold is done.
Oh no.
Yeah, everyone's like, "Oh, are you guys retiring the Bucky Cap mold?" No.
Like no, man. People are making that assumption. They're not retiring the Bucky Cap mold. It's
Red
still
There's exact words in my interview where that is just for more variety at that quote unquote normal body type.
Yeah, so they don't have to pick the Bucky Cap mold. Is the point of this new one that's coming?
The thing that's
You want to see a scar.
Oh yeah, my man BD Arrow just says Scar. Word. If we got a good fucking Scar,
man.
that'd be
Yeah.
We need a fucking Scar like it's nobody's business.
Yeah.
Wendigo too.
Yeah, the fucking Wendigo. We got nicely. If we got, I wouldn't mind them putting the Wendigos on that Abomination mold. I don't know if they need to be really tall, just like kind of stocky. I don't know if they need to be really tall.
You know what would be good would be the Space Venom.
For Wendigo, yeah, that will work. That will work.
Yeah,
perfectly.
more slender, but still like big, you know.
Yeah, that will work perfectly, actually. Yep.
Yeah, that would be nice.
there's
Some guy named John Glebus. I think I've seen him comment a few times. What's your opinion on the symbiote Spidey coming in the Pizza Spidey mold? I think it's fucking great, and I love that mold. So I don't know about everybody else.
I don't know. I got to get it in hand and see. I don't know. It looked a little shiny, and I'm not sure if that's good or bad yet, honestly.
I think that this is going to be the first sort of not mess up on Hasbro's part, but I think that this is going to be one of the few times that a newer figure from Hasbro doesn't outdo the original. As ugly and as short and as scrawny as the first Hasbro symbiote Spidey looks, it does seem to look better when you have it displayed next to like other characters from Dark Avengers. Like Dakin is very small, so when you have like because I just did a comparison like maybe yesterday between the Pizza Spidey and that Dakin mold, but basically Pizza Spidey towers over him and it's kind of weird looking. So it's like,
but you know that one that's Matt Gargan though.
Yeah.
This one can be your Peter, and then the other one can be Matt Gargan. I do agree that if you're using him as Matt Gargan, it's gonna look like shit.
Exactly.
It's not gonna look good. 100% agree. If you're using it as Matt Gargan, don't do it.
You know what?
Crazy. That figure. Everybody says that, but that figure. I think that Rock Wave Spidey was never supposed to be Matt Gargan.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
People say it, but I don't think. Yeah, that was Peter Parker.
He just ended up being a Matt Gargan in the end.
It just worked out better. It just really worked out better because at that time people were still kind of fucking around with the old Toy Biz one. At least that's how I did it. I always used the old, really articulated Toy Biz one.
Yeah, it's the one that comes with a glider.
Yes, that one is still a very good figure. If you could get your hands on that figure, I'm sure it goes for some money now. But the articulation on that figure is amazing. And
dude, that figure is money.
It's more of a slender sort of Peter Parker build, whereas the other Hasbro version is bigger, and the eyes sort of give you that Gargan sort of look. But
and that shading as well.
Yeah, BD just mentioned the MU version of Matt Gargan Venom was very good, and it was a
hell yeah,
really nice looking figure. If they were to upscale that for Legends, that'd be perfect.
I don't mind. Also, I was about to say I don't really mind the shine because a lot of times when they draw these characters and you see those highlighted colors on the suits, it's to represent a shine.
Yeah.
So
and specifically Peter very much so lends himself well to having the shiny costume. So it's a good contrast. I think the
one at Comic-Con was still a prototype, so that might not be that shiny in the end. Like I know
it might not end up that way, just like Fabio said too. You know?
A lot of them actually looked a little shiny. Obviously, Spidey was very noticeable because he's black, but like Spider UK looked particularly shiny to me, and that one didn't even have articulation, so that was a straight up prototype.
Right.
I'm not too worried about it. I think it'll be a little bit more matted in the end. The thing I don't like about this one is the head sculpt. I wish they would have done the Scarlet Spidey head sculpt with like the more angular eyes. Not a big fan of the rounded eyes on the black suit, but that's just me.
Yeah. Or you know what? Give us both so we can get it like when he's a little more mad,
right?
A little more controlled. Yeah, give us both the head sculpts.
You know what? They might do that. That's been their MO recently too, is giving us the two heads. So maybe they might finesse it and give us the different head, and it'll be a different look for the eyes, and we could maybe use it as Matt Gargan.
That would be sick.
Yeah, I talked about this in the last episode of Main Course, but the Electro that they gave us, it was kind of weird because
it sucks. I hate that figure.
The figure's not awful, but the way they presented it was really stupid.
The rest of the body map.
Say it again.
I was saying, why would they give us a classic Electro head if they aren't going to give us the right body to match it?
Exactly. People don't even seem to realize or give a fuck, but I do. They gave us that really nice classic head, but really you're not supposed to be putting that head on that body because that's the suit for his modern look. It's really the bald head is the one that goes on that body. Then they don't give you any regular hands for the body on top of that, which was really fucking stupid. But
Lightning wasn't. It's blue, I guess, for the modern one, but it's like that figure is such a fail. And the only people that I really see using it are people that sort of mix and match the era of costumes,
right?
Which I don't like, but I guess it works. But I really hate seeing like Jim Lee era Wolverine next to Marvel Now Cyclops. Like, please don't do that. Please don't.
People are putting that Wolverine with Deadpool and all types of shit.
Normally I would give Hasbro the pass just because it's what I expect from them. But when the fucking eel gets fucking different hands and then it's just like, okay, then it's just you're fucking assholes.
Yeah.
How do you do this?
It's like I guess that they want to encourage people to paint the rest of the body to match the classic head, and then just find like a pair of hands that they're able to paint too. So it's such a mess up. Like there really isn't any reason for them to actually include that accessory. But I mean, they just wanted to give a half-ass wink at older collectors, I suppose.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, we do ask for more accessories, but like, keep it in the theme, man. For the love of God.
I mean, when the quote-unquote Infinite series first started, it was like accessories and fucking hands and alternate heads and effects and everything. And then as it's been going on, we've been getting a little bit less and less with each figure. Maybe only one or two of them in the wave will have those extra parts, maybe three. So it's sad, but I mean, yeah, that's kind of the way it's going. But yeah, fucking Electro is an absolute ball drop. I mean, you can't even fit the old Electro's hands on there, which is another issue. At least if you have the original movie Electro. They have the same hands, and you.
Hey, you know what? That's what I was gonna say.
Okay, maybe I could just take my old Electro, but no.
You know what?
Yeah, fuck me, right?
I forgot who brought this up, but the hands for Superior Venom fit on a new Electro perfectly, and for whatever reason, the way he was being drawn in the comics was sort of with like black, sort of like Chloe looking hands or whatever. So. That's why when I was talking about Walmart earlier in the episode, that's why I was actually looking for another Superior Venom so I could just have those hands permanently for my Electro. But I ended up popping the hands off my original Superior Venom and they fit on there perfectly. They look good.
That's anyway because Superior Venom got those horrible legs in the back.
Yeah.
But doesn't the hands, I guess the closed fists, don't they match up with the new Electro from the Speed Demon?
I'm pretty sure. Wait, what color hands does Speed Demon have?
It's like a dark blue. It's not entirely black, but it's a pretty dark blue. It could pass.
Yeah, it's like a pretty deep navy.
I think people use like the Iron Fist hands, which are just bare, but you could have them without those.
They're a little big though. They look a little awkward.
Yeah, but I mean, it's Pizza Spidey mold, so I think you're able to get away with it.
Should we take some more questions real quick?
Yeah. We have some more.
We had somebody ask about those Contra figures.
Yeah, he just asked what we thought of them.
I think we kind of talked about that. I mean,
yeah,
to me, it's a must get. I mean, it's just good that we're finally getting them because they've literally been sitting like on a boat in China for 6 months, and now they're finally shipping out.
Yeah, I agree. They're cool figures. I fucking I think only Poncho and maybe Keiyo would know. I'm a fucking super NES fan and a SNES fan. So things that add to having figures from that library, like we're getting that Arthur from Ghosts and Goblins, fucking incredible.
That's dope.
I can't fucking wait to get that. 100%.
You know what? I forgot about that figure. When that's supposed to drop?
Soonish, I think. I think the pre-order should be going up soon. We got kind of final mock-ups on it, so hopefully the pre-orders go up soon. Anything that gives me something from that classic library, I fucking love it and I'm buying it. It just sucks that, like Fabio said, it took this long due to Konami, kind of busting balls. It sucks.
They're fuckery.
Well, it looks like I'm totally off subject, but I'm just looking at PMP right now. Shapeways got some wings for Sam Cap.
Yeah, those look cool. It's just
that's the company that did the Superior Spider-Man.
Yeah, backpack.
Yeah.
Backpack.
Hey, show him, Boog. Let me see him.
Oh yeah, screen share that. Screen share that while we answer, or who else likes the Contra figures, doesn't like them.
Is anybody else getting them?
Nobody want to talk about that.
Yeah.
All right, here's one we can hit real quick. Swaggy Spoder's been wondering our opinions on the Marvel cartoons that were canceled around 2010, like Spectacular Spider-Man, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, and Wolverine and the X-Men.
You're about to make me cry, Swaggy Spoder, because those are all money shows, man. Spectacular Spider-Man, incredible. Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, incredible. Wolverine and the X-Men, incredible.
I wonder if you got to get those things on.
It's like the Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes sadly was replaced by Avengers Symbol, which is like completely idiotic, and I still am confused about that decision. But Earth's Mightiest Heroes is by far the best Marvel television show I've seen, other than X-Men.
Yeah, Wolverine and the X-Men was really good. I remember having a fun time watching that when it was first premiering.
And then the fucking finale that we had was a cliffhanger, Age of Apocalypse. And I remember watching that finale with my friend, and then as soon as we see that it's Age of Apocalypse, we turn to each other. We're like, "Oh, you see this shit? It's about to be Age of Apocalypse. See this?" And like, you do not. A month later, it was like Marvel bought by Disney. All shows canceled. Like, no.
It
It's
was,
kind of like what happened with Young Justice, how we had the whole setup for Darkseid and everything, and then it never happened.
I
Yeah,
want
Young
to see
Justice.
Marvel win, man, in the animation. I want to see them do something that is similar or at least as good as the what was that you just mentioned, Fabio? What's the name of that shit?
Young Justice.
Yeah, Young Justice. Something at least as good as that, as far as the animation style. I want it to look good. Like, Earth's Mightiest Heroes was cool. They had some really cool concepts and what have you. But sometimes the animation was a little sus. You know what I'm saying? So I want them to be consistent and it to look official. Like, I want it to look like super official, like that Japanese X-Men cartoon that they had put out that was fucking terrible. But
I still hope we fucking get Young Justice back. Not that long ago they were trying to campaign it. To
yeah.
come back through Netflix. I hope that's still in the works, and I hope they're talking about it because I fucking want it.
But
I mean, as long as everybody's watching it once a week like you're supposed to, then yeah, we'll get it.
Yeah, watch it
yeah,
a
that's-
lot. Quick
the
question.
Shapeway wings though, they look fucking good. They're articulated and everything.
They're not even in
Yeah,
production
they
yet.
move. They move. They're not just stationary. They look good.
They're not in production yet. They need you to go on pre-order and help this become a product.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, it's
You're guaranteed to get the wings.
So I'm hoping that the back part is gonna go perfectly into that peg hole on his back, right? That's what they're trying to.
They're showing you the hole, and the hole I think is to represent something like a stand could go inside the hole because they don't have a peg. They would actually have to have a peg to plug into his back. And I know with the Superior Spider-Man, it didn't have a peg. You had to glue that thing on his back.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I suppose that's a nice
I don't have a
compliment.
problem doing because he has to do
Just
on
put
his
a peg
back.
on
But
this shit. Just put a peg on it so it could peg right into his back. Done deal.
Yeah,
yeah,
like a
That's a good
removable.
point, though. Like, you want to leave that peg open. You can put a flight stand on there, too.
Yeah, like what Boog I think is saying is like a removable, like a button peg basically.
Oh, gotcha.
You can take on and off, so you could have both. Chris Cerda or Cerda, whatever, however you want me to go Spanish on that, is saying we need a new She-Hulk. You're fucking damn right. We need a new She-Hulk.
Yeah, somebody asked what we think about a whole Hulk wave, like She-Hulk, Leader. We could even throw that A-bomb in there we talked about.
Fuck yeah, I'll take that.
Well, the next Thor movie is like a half Hulk movie, so.
That's what I'm thinking.
Let us hope.
Fuck, guys, if you want something, just think about what movies are coming out and see how it'll tie in. You'll most likely get it.
Yeah, that's just how things work now, which is good. We get more out of it because of that.
But did we get to talking about the Doctor Strange wave that was fully revealed?
No.
People were pissed about that Enchantress. Like as soon as the con's done and everybody and the packs are all sold off the website, suddenly they announce, oh, one of the characters from this pack is now being singled.
Well, that's not a surprise.
It's not.
We know that some of those figures are going to show up at retail and in some capacity. Looks like they changed the paint on the Enchantress. That's going to be.
Yeah, I will say that they did change the paint, so yay.
Yeah. I mean, that's fine, but you can kind of see how it's the same reason why they didn't reveal the Sandman Build-A-Figure. We know we're going to get it in the regular colors, but they didn't reveal it so as not to take the steam out of the exclusives pack. But it does. I can understand how some people would feel a little bit shafted by it. I'm cool. I like my Enchantress. I think that's the best looking one. That's the more classic one to me. But some people can get real butthurt about that, like how we're getting all 3 characters from the Doctor Strange box in the next wave.
Doctor Strange wave is real sus though, man. It's not really like. What's the good characters? Enchantress, which is not even in the classic regular costume. Her costume has never really changed. As far as I know.
It should have been a Build-A-Figure Executioner from the get.
Definitely.
That would be good, for sure.
they couldn't just wait till Thor movie or a Thor line to put her in there. Why didn't we get a Wong? Why didn't we get another classic Strange?
Word. A Wong would have been fucking great.
Or a truly classic Doctor Strange.
Or even a comic book version of Mordo.
Yeah.
That would have been great.
Well, that might be a little confusing on like retailer shelves as far as like, hey, this guy's name is Baron Mordo. He's white. This
Right.
guy's name is also named Baron Mordo, and he's black. What the fuck?
Time it's like they're able to double pack, Astral Form Strange with the regular movie form of Doctor Strange, and then they have the comic book one. So I really don't think that people would have like tripped out over the race or anything like that. They just want to have like, oh, this is our comic section and this is our movie section. So
And get ready.
I was supposed to be facetious, but yeah, that could happen.
Get ready for fucking people to buy up Baron Mordo by the dozens and use him as like
probably just like
monastery goon looking cat.
what I was thinking.
Just
Oh
as,
yeah,
like,
that's,
a bug or something.
he's gonna I'm gonna buy that figure specific. Actually, I might even buy that figure. I might just wait until somebody casts ahead and he's gonna be another goon. I have no interest in this wave whatsoever. Maybe two of the figures, if I'm not mistaken. It's Iron Fist and the chick that look like the lollipop drop girl.
ASM Productions asks, do you know what SHF is after the new Super Vegeta? Poncho, do we know who's after that? I don't think we really know. Like, I think it's kind of vague. Or
Yeah.
Keiyo, you have a better memory than I do. Do we know who's after that?
I don't think there's anybody.
I don't think we have like a confirmed.
Yeah, there's no confirmation. Yeah.
There's no date confirmation for anything after that.
Yeah, I didn't believe so. I didn't believe so. So at this moment we don't know, but something's coming. Obviously, this line is never going to end. They say it's going to go for 10 more years. So.
No,
Well, they have
lying.
for 10 years.
Bulma's coming. The Bulma exclusive figure's coming. Save your money and just watch the internet for the Bulma figure. Do nothing but watch for that figure.
Bulma would be good. I think Bulma would be very good.
The question is, are they going to give her like that sort of bikini look, or are they going to like what style? Are they going to be doing like
They could do
DVD?
the military Bulma would be a nice one, but probably better. Military Bulma probably better for a statue.
That would be sick.
I think they're gonna try and judge how well, if whenever that Kid Goku comes out, how well an actual like
Dragon
classic
Ball.
Dragon Ball line
If they
would
gave
go.
us a regular Dragon Ball line, I would actually jump on it. Like
That'd be phenomenal.
I would jump on it instantly. I'm too far removed from
You-
DVD right now to backtrack and get all of
You
those.
can pretty much at this point just assure that you're going to get a Krillin
Yeah.
off a variation of that mold. At this point, I would say it's pretty safe.
Yeah, they can do a lot of characters with that small mold, like
Oh, yeah.
Young Gohan, Chaozu, stuff like that.
If they
So
gave us a classic original Piccolo, I would
Yeah.
definitely. That would
even
be,
Demon King Piccolo, I would really like that.
that would be great. I would love that.
Be really good. But yeah, I think the next Whis is out is this month.
Yeah, Week comes out this month. Yeah.
When you say this month, you mean next month, right?
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
I think he'll
for
ship, like,
Americans,
super
for
late.
Americans next month.
Yeah, he'll ship like super late this month, I assume, and then who knows when Big Bad Toy Store will get him.
Right.
And J. Chico Moran wants to know, we need a new Kyle Reese figure. Any chance of one being made? I would say there is a chance. Just go buy all the Terminator figures that are on shelves right now. Maybe a second one, and you'll help.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
that's what they said. I actually asked them about it at Comic Con because it's like, that's the last single release from the original Terminator line that needs an ultimate upgrade. And since we have Ultimate Sarah now, that'd be the perfect fucking time to get an Ultimate Kyle Reese. So I would say, when's the next big anniversary for Terminator? That's probably when you'll see an Ultimate Kyle Reese of some kind.
Why don't they do a some type of 2-pack with him and Sarah Connor from the first movie?
Well, they said that they don't think that Sarah, in her waitress outfit from the first movie would sell very well. But in a 2-pack, fuck it, yeah.
She got her jean jacket and her pants.
Yeah,
They
she gotta have
that
the
during the movie.
But wait, yo, hold on. What's the deal with this Newt and Ripley 2-pack? It looks like the Newt's arms and shit are different on this. I didn't really look into it.
It's the same Newt figure. She just doesn't come with the accessories, like the helmet and the little picture of her. And I think she might still come with the dog.
It looks like the arms were different to grip her Ripley's neck better or something. I don't know. Am I bugging on that?
Let me check, because you might be, in fact, bugging on that.
To interject real quick to backtrack a bit about the SH Figure Arts, January is the new Super Saiyan 2 Gohan on that new mold, the battle damage one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
In January we have for that, but I'm assuming there has to be something. Or when is Vegeta? In November?
Vegeta's October.
Okay, so Vegeta's October. Well, November for the U.S. at least.
Oh yeah. But nothing after
I guess
that.
the timeline makes sense. I guess
Yeah, who knows? There's a whole bunch of stuff. Well, Fabio, while you're looking up that info, like, there's a whole bunch of stuff that was shown like forever ago, like Nappa, obviously. The rumored like recolor of the Super Saiyan 3 Goku might make an appearance. Who knows?
Oh, the cell recolor can happen at any fucking moment.
Yeah.
Being that it's a recolor, they can literally just fucking say it whenever.
Yeah.
Those premium variants, the premium
Yeah.
colors.
I did a shot with my Super Saiyan 3 Goku the other day, and that reminded me just how trash that color is. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, that color was
Terrible, right?
It's awful. And
the mustard.
yeah, it's such a shame because like the hair sculpt for the Super Saiyan 3 hair is like really great. I have like the Jax Do like bootleg like sculpt of the Super Saiyan 3 hair just to get it in a good color, but they took away like a whole joint of articulation on the hair because the official one has 3 points of articulation, and the one that's a nice color only has 1. So, but that severely needs a new recolor. That cell recolor, who knows when that's going to drop? But yeah, who knows?
Boog, I can in fact confirm that you were indeed bugging with the same hands.
Damn, bugging officially confirmed on your part.
He texted me. He said, "Hey, babe, did you change the arms on that new figure?" He was like, "No." Okay, I can confirm you were bugging.
I mean, from what I'm looking at, it looks like the same newt, same hands, everything. I just think she's not going to come with any of the accessories, like the doll head and all that other stuff. But this has a new head sculpt, too. She has a new head sculpt and more like dirt deco on her pants.
You are bugging.
You use bugging.
Bugging
You're a
nice.
bugaboo right now.
Yeah, she's got more. Like I'm looking at my other one right now. She doesn't have any of these dirt stains on her knees and stuff. She only has like 1 dirt stain here. So yeah, I mean it's a cool pack, and we get the flame effect too. That's pretty cool. So it's good for anyone that missed out on the Comic-Con one.
And everybody that paid like $60 for her is pissed.
Yeah, I was thinking as soon as this was revealed, I had already seen a review from Outside the Box Reviews, and he said he paid a bunch of scalpers on eBay for all the exclusives, and I'm like, I saw this come out, and I felt so bad for him. Like, dude, could have just waited a little longer.
Yeah,
but,
she was going for a premium. You know, she was going for like 60, 65. So it's kind of just like, damn, if you bought one, like.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that's how much this pack's gonna be, like maybe $50.
Yeah, I'm assuming $49.99 would be the price.
And I like that it comes in like an ultimate box, you know, like the window box and stuff. I think that looks real good.
Yeah, very. So you could put it back if you don't want to. If you want.
Right. And she's even posed like that in the box, so you don't even have to open them if you don't want to. If you just strictly want this to be your only Ripley and Newt, boom.
Boom. There you go, NECA's finest.
I do like the new head sculpt though. She's got the open mouth.
Oh wow, I didn't even notice she had a new head sculpt.
Yeah, it's more like this expression from the poster. And then that's good though because Sigourney Weaver, from what I heard, has only allowed a certain amount of her likenesses, and most of them are neutral faces. So
I heard getting her is a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, I heard that as well.
Oh yeah, but not as bad as like Jack Nicholson and all those other guys.
Why do they make such a big deal about that shit? Like, it's a toy. What the fuck do you care so much?
Yeah, but Nicholson likes money, you know? He's a big fan of that.
I like money too.
He like, yo, ain't figure ain't make no awesome toy of me without paying me, bitch. Like, what y'all think y'all talk? Look at that look he has with his eyebrows all pointy, he be smiling. Like, you know, like I'm fucking stupid.
Man, you're not gonna get anything from a Jack Nicholson related likeness until the Lakers win a championship.
Oscar Guerra, any release date for the Marvel Legends Doctor Strange wave? When's the movie coming out? Same answer. Would you guys like to see some more Ultimate characters in Marvel Legends form?
No.
Hell yeah.
No.
Yeah?
No.
Yeah.
I take new characters, man. It don't matter to me, man.
I love Ultimate Spider-Man and everything that comic did. It's my favorite Spidey run, so hell yeah. I don't really know about everything else, you know. There's some people want to round it out. I know fucking Solid Snake just the other day was arguing with Todd about wanting Ultimate characters. I will say, as much as I want them, at this point, you know, there's not really a need.
There is no need whatsoever.
I want them, but there's no need. sadly.
If they did them in like a single pack, that's one thing. But if you want to take slots out of a regular wave to put those in, no thanks.
Yeah, there's just no need at this point. I mean, there's so many classic ones.
I
So
mean, we
many
got a lot in the
classic
original Hasbro line too.
Yeah, and then you know the Marvel Select filled some holes. You know, you get that
Right.
Thor with Marvel Select. So
Yeah.
it's not like Ultimates is totally barren. You know, there's no need as much as I want it. You know, they're just really not a need to. There's so much they haven't done. You know, it's kind of like for that to take a slot, it messes some things up.
And can we just get Hasbro on board with this is one thing I want. Just an all classic updated Avengers. Just classics. So like they could reissue the Cap if they want, but give us a classic Hulk, give us a classic Thor, give us a classic Hawkeye. Like I need that right now.
I'm down with that. I'm definitely down.
Yeah, it's like the MU pack that they did at one point.
Right. Yeah, that would even be a good San Diego set because they could re-release the same Cap but put them in like an ice packaging. You know, like the
my
bubble
God.
for the packaging is his
Nuts.
We need to add chainmail to them. They can go ahead and put the chainmail deco on it.
Word. If they did that, that'd be dope. If they did that, but yeah, a classic Hawkeye on one of these, on a new mold, on a Bucky Cap mold, or whatever, that'd be tight.
No, I think out of all the classic Avengers characters, we need a Thor the absolute most.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need a definitive Thor, period, because these
like-
Thors that they've been putting out have all really been shitty.
The best Thor isn't even in this fucking line. It's in Marvel Select.
Yeah.
You talking about the Disney Store one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the Marvel Now one, right?
Yeah. Like that's how could, this is inexcusable. How could the best one not even be in your own line?
And I would sort of argue that I really enjoy the Giant Man series Thor, that classic Thor. I still use him in my classic display, but it's like we just need an update so bad because that figure is wonky in so many areas.
Couldn't agree with you. That's exactly why I'm thinking this is the last Avengers character that really needs to be replaced because we've already replaced the Series 1 Cap. We've already replaced the Series 1 classic Iron Man. I mean, Face Off Hulk is still pretty good, but there's the
I don't count that
Hulk out there. So Thor is really the only one who hasn't gotten any classic looks since Toy Biz.
But I mean, that Iron Man really was a replacement. He's smaller than most figures.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's the same costume, the same look, you know.
Yeah, but no one wants an Iron Man that's shorter than everybody on the team.
I'd rather have him be a little bit shorter than have his wonky ass proportions from that Series 1.
This ain't that, man. You got something for that bullshit.
He's a cool exec with a heart of gold.
Sure.
Oh yeah, man.
But backtrack again a little bit to that re-released Enchantress in the Doctor Strange. Now that she's getting re-released in the Doctor Strange wave and not a Thor wave, what do you guys think is going to be the bath for that Thor movie wave?
I mean, they can still do Executioner and just say, like, hey, you know that Enchantress you got last year? There you go.
Yeah.
Why would it be another Frost Giant but shorter, and people are going to be pissed?
Yeah. I would personally either like Executioner or perhaps like because they can't do Surtur. They just won't do the figure justice if that's the case. If you're like since it is sort of a half Hulk movie, half Thor movie, if we got like a King Hulk maybe, I don't know. That would be kind of cool.
What now?
A Scar builder figure, like somebody said earlier. You know, we need a Scar builder figure.
But like a Hulk or whatever, the World Hulk. That's kind of.
It's going to be long one.
I mean, the rumor is that in the Hulk, or I guess Planet Hulk / Thor Ragnarok movie, instead of I think it's Beta Ray Bill in the original comic that fights Hulk, right?
Yeah.
This time it's going to be Thor. So that's like the big set piece. So if that's the case, and Thor is obviously going to feature super heavily in it, I could see Thor being in or rather I could see Hulk being in a Thor wave too.
It's like
Hulk is going to be featuring heavily.
I really hope that someone from Hasbro is listening right now because literally we're printing money for you.
Yeah.
Gave us.
We got a thunder strike yet.
It's like if they gave us an updated Ronin and an updated form of Beta Ray Bill, like that would round out so many teams.
Yeah, and we need a new Silver Surfer like it's nobody's fucking.
Desperately.
Yeah, definitely.
Because what was that team called? The Annihilators, right?
Yeah, the Annihilators. Yeah.
Oh, God, it's like we just got Gladiator, what, like 2014? So it's like it needs to happen. Make it happen now.
Here's another thing that just came up today, actually, is Mezco actually changed the release dates for pretty much everything past this next cap that's coming out. Everything got pushed back like a month or two.
Oh,
So
wow.
Punisher, all the Punishers, all the Daredevils. Now Superman's not hitting till early next year. Green Arrow's not till like the very end of this year. So yeah, a lot of stuff got pushed back. I wonder what's up with that.
No, I knew it had to, because I looked at my pre-orders on BBTS and I was just like, dude, how can a company produce like this like tangible, like, the clothing outfits, like within, like, there was figures that were releasing like 2 or 3 a month, and that was just kind of like something's
Well,
not
not really. I think they only did up to 2 figures a month.
It was getting pretty bad when you looked at the rest of the 2016 calendar. It was pretty packed in, and it didn't.
Yeah, it definitely was.
It didn't look.
This is both good for collectors who need some more time to get their wallets together, but I think the Batman v Superman ones here are still on time, so you'll still have those. I think just everything from
comics.
Yeah, looks like Kirk is still on time, but Shazam and Captain America and on all got pushed forward. So now this is February, March. It was originally January, December. Looks like this one's still probably on time. Yeah, pretty much everything got pushed back about a month.
Green Arrow was supposed to be October.
Well, just a question. BD says it was Silver Surfer in the comics and Beta Red Bill in the animated movie. Yeah, that's all right.
That's what it was.
Yeah. Silver Savage in the comic.
Right. We did a Silver Savage figure from Hasbro. Somebody's got the YouTube open or something.
I think that's Fabio.
Sonic Rockman X just has a really good question for me. I just have to answer it while I screen share here. He's asking, Fabio, are you losing hair? Because studies show that those who do the man bun thing lose hair due to males are not built to extend their hair follicles as females. My friends are losing hair. I do not have a man bun anymore. My hairline is very strong. I have an excellent part, and I get compliments on it all the time. So I think I'm good.
Yeah, he used to have the man bun.
I did, but that's actually part of the reason why I got rid of it. Because whenever I pull my hair back, I'm like pulling my what would be my bangs, and I'm just like, ugh, I don't want to have a 5 head in 5 years. I want to keep my nice forehead. Anyway, moving on. I'm looking at the Mezco stuff right here. So if there's any stuff that you guys got pre-ordered, sorry, it's going to be a little bit delayed. But I think the previews Punisher, the fully loaded one, is still on time. So that's a good thing. And
what was Green Arrow moved to?
What was what?
What was Green Arrow moved to?
It was moved to February, March.
Jesus Christ! They were supposed to come out in October.
Yeah. Looks like Kirk is still on time, though. Actually, I think that might have gotten pushed back 1 month, too, because it was originally August, September.
How many of the Star figures have come out already? Just 1, right?
2. Sulu and Spock.
Okay. So Kirk is next.
Yeah. But, before, it was like April, May for Spock, May, whatever the fuck, June for Sulu, and then this one was June, July. Now it's September, October. Or, I'm sorry, July, August. Now it's September, October. So, yeah, fuck it. Again, it gives me more time to get money, so I'm cool with that.
Well, it's just been
a little disappointing.
The fucking Lore Master just released on Big Bad Toy Store this past week.
Really?
Yep.
I've had that for like a month.
Yeah. I paid for mine this past week on Big Bad Toy Store, so I've got it sitting on my pile of loot. I'm not sure. They had 2 more things that I had that was supposed to release this month. The Mafex Boba Fett and the re-release of the DC Collectibles Batmobile with the updated grille and wheels and shit like that. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be pushed back to next month. Both of those things.
Man, I can't wait for that Boba Fett.
Nightfall Bane, speaking of figures getting pushed back, Nightfall Bane wants to know, the DC Icons are still being pushed back, unfortunately, but who's your top 3 DC Icons you guys all want made?
Dylon.
Yes.
Well, the number one character I wanted made is getting made as Static Shock.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I would like a second Static Shock from more of like a later Rebirth of Cool look, like when he has that trench coat, he's got the goggles, the look of Static Shock that everybody knows, as opposed to like the early Rebirth of Cool with the hat that they're making.
Somebody's got to fix it. Yeah, come on.
It's Fabio.
Oh, it's Fabio.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, the one that I wanted most, I almost cried when I saw it in person. I was like, oh my god, it's a fucking Static Shock figure.
Didn't they push that back and take away some of the accessories or some shit?
Yep, it was pushed back like 2 months, all the way to August, which is supposed to be this month, and they took away the jacket, and it's like the dumbest thing I've ever heard. That's like, hey, you know what? I'll give you a Jim Lee Rogue, but I'm gonna take away her jacket and I'm gonna take away the headband. So, good luck.
They take away accessories a lot from that line. From what
Yeah,
I
and
remember.
the thing is, I think Shartimus and everybody's favorite, Shartimus and somebody else interviewed them and told them like, hey man, you guys know people don't care and they'll pay more money if it means that they get to keep the accessories.
Right, exactly.
They just kind of only barely realize like, yeah, it seems like we kind of fucked up and like we didn't know that you guys don't mind paying more money, because we don't.
Especially if it's a character like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Static Shock, Spider-Man, like, really shit that's sought after. People
I'm not exaggerating when I say that, it's like you're taking the cape off of Batman.
Right.
It is that important for him to have the jacket, so it's kind of just like, dude, people don't care. And it was funny in Shartimus's interview because they couldn't say anything. They were just like, yeah, we just fucked up. We didn't think that you guys would be willing to pay. And he was like, we see what people pay for imports and stuff like that, and what people pay for Legends, and we're in the middle. So I guess you guys really don't care, and we'll start doing it.
You know what I think that comes down to? Some of these companies not having a good social media presence or a good person repping them on social media and really being out there and seeing what's what. Because if you was out there every day and looking at the collecting community and displaying community and shit, you would know better. You would know better. You would know what the market is and know where you can make money, especially if you're looking at all of these independent people that are making paper doing their own thing. Like we just showed the Shapeways shit, like we do with A.C.B.A. stuff. Like they should already know, like, yo, like you got virtual nobodies making paper in this market right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why? How could you be giving up money or giving away money to the small guy right now? Like, really, in reality, they should be crushing all of these little people that are doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they should just
and it's like, I understand with bigger corporations, like, I mean, I don't like it, but I understand with somebody like Hasbro, where to the higher ups, it's about the bottom line and about what you charge in the store, so it has to be $20, you can't charge more with something like Legends. I understand that, but dude, DC Collectibles has no excuse. Companies like Mezco, DC Collectibles, NECA, these people, they don't have that excuse. You're not Hasbro. You're not Mattel. You guys don't have an old man to answer to, a boardroom of old people that you have to answer to. You guys are doing your own thing, and you guys can make these decisions. You guys don't have to worry about Toys R Us and well, not Toys R Us, but Target and Walmart and stuff like that. You don't have the big box retailers. These companies.
They're making all their money online. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so.
You should not be leaving your customers wanting anything with those companies in particular, in my opinion. Hasbro.
Unless you're Mattel. If you're Mattel and you hear that your collectors want something, you just say, fuck the collectors. No more collector stuff.
Yeah, Hasbro, especially Jesse and I don't remember who else, some other individual just kind of said. Yeah, it must have been right. They kind of said, we understand that you guys will pay more money and we'll give you more, but we can't charge more due to reasons with the board. They can't charge more than what they are. Because they still believe that this is all children. I mean, to this day, you ask these guys, the only reason we get so many Legends waves is because they pretend like they're for movies. We wouldn't get as much as we do now if they weren't pretending that it was for films or tying it in with films.
Right.
It's sadly Hasbro and Mattel. They're run by
I I could see the scenario where like some old board members is just looking at numbers and they're not really looking that intensely into the little things that Jesse and Dwight and these guys are doing to actually really get this paper. They just see the paper and they're like, we don't give a fuck what you're doing. As long as the figures are $20 like it's supposed to be, and you stick into whatever the basic motto is, then whatever, do what you're doing.
Yeah, and you know, people like DC Icons that are all about comic book shops and you know, with Mezco and you know, NECA, these kind of people, you know, they should be making Hasbro look like, damn, you wish you could do what we're doing right now. You wish you had the freedom to do what we're doing. And it looks like you know, NECA's heading in that direction, and Mezco, you know, is now heading in that direction. And it sucks that somebody like DC Collectibles is just like so stupid. And they're barely they released the first few figures, and like I said, that's why these figures keep getting delayed, because you know, Shardimus kind of told them, you know, people don't care. You know, people will pay the money and they'll wait as long as it's good. And they were just kind of like, yeah. He didn't know what to say. He was like, "Yeah, we kind of realized that you guys are right." So, you know, it was a pretty terrible interview for that company. They look like fucking idiots. They had nothing to say. And they just kind of agreed with Artemis and were like,
I don't think I saw that interview. This was the Mezco interview, you saying?
It was with Mezco and it was with DC Collectibles as well, where they were just kind of just like, you know,
just clueless, huh?
Yeah, they were just like, you know, there's nothing we could say. You're right. You know, we just fucked up. Like, you know, it's a shame, man, and you know, I don't mind these figures from DC Collectibles, these DC Icons taking long to come out, if it means that we get better quality stuff, and you know, if they have to raise the price, I'll fucking pay whatever it is.
Well, that's good. Shardimus was he had a vendetta this fucking Comic-Con, huh? He pulled out the fucking.
Yeah, he was crazy, man.
He pulled out the DC figure on fucking this guy from Hasbro.
And the dude was just like, "What the hell is this?"
He completely like no-sold him, to use a wrestling term.
Yeah, he gave him a no-sell, man. He was just like, "What the fuck is this? What are you showing me this for? You're showing me the competitor on my video?"
Basically, he showed him the double jointed elbows and shit.
And I think he was especially pissed because he kind of like put him on the spot, like, "Hey, we're on camera. I'm gonna embarrass you by pulling out this figure."
Yeah.
So I can see them getting a little testy about that.
No doubt, it was some. I mean, I guess you could say it was kind of sneaky and shit. It was like some real.
He was on his. He was on his.
Definitely say is that my interview with Dwight is much more professional.
Shardimus Prime is the Michael Moore of the Legends community.
Basically.
I'll be Anderson Cooper, motherfuckers.
Yeah, you know, you're saying that you're not dumping in the fucking river. Well, guess what, bitch? I got a picture of you with boots.
I just can't wait until I develop my like gray goose hair that he's got, looking great.
Dude, the guy, when he pulled out that DC figure, he was like gritting his teeth, like, what the fuck did this guy just do?
And you know, they like when I interview them, they have the little like social media girl there with them. That's their handler, and she records all the interviews as you're doing them, so that they have it too. And I don't know if she was actually there. She probably was because he was on camera. But I know for a fact that girl was like, what the fuck? Oh my gosh, what is happening? Like, this isn't right.
He straight up told Shardimus, like, dude, you can't be showing me my competitor. And yeah. Shardimus was like, oh. It was funny, man.
Yeah, they're gonna pat him down next year.
Maybe if you like customize the figure to look like a marble figure.
They're gonna check the anus and everything, you know, full cavity search, no holes barred.
Windover and cough, motherfucker.
Yeah, I recommend anybody in here go watch that Hasbro interview just for that moment, because it was like, what the fuck did he just pull out of his pocket right now? It was crazy.
That's actually like traditional Shardimus, to just be really awkward with the Hasbro interview. So, you know, he did what he was supposed to do.
And then it was funny because he doesn't know it. He's saying something about Dwight. He's like, fucking Dwight isn't here doing the interview. And Dwight just pulls up right behind his ass.
Up and shit.
And he's like, oh, fuck! Man, it was hilarious. Classic Shardimus. It was hilarious. Yeah.
Still think that the best moment from SDCC was definitely the Titus reveal. No one saw that coming.
I was in the room. Or were you there?
I was not there, but from what I saw, because I was watching it through their, I guess that they had someone like recorded or whatever, and I just ended up watching it later. But literally, that room was dead silent.
Yeah, nobody knew who the fuck it was.
That was where we had the famous. That was where we had the famous Darius moment where he said, "You guys making analysts?" Shout out to Darius for that one. One of the greatest moments of Comic Con. But the whole fucking thing is they were like, "Come on, guess. You guys are never gonna guess what we're making," and then they're just like, "Titus."
I was like waiting desperately for them to say, "Oh yeah, you guys are going to be getting an updated classic Ronan the Accuser, and then we're going to be putting a Silver Surfer in there or something, just to like really nail down the Annihilators team for you guys." And then animated Tiger Man. So that was very strange.
They fucked up, man, because they were kind of teasing. They were like, "We'll give you a hint. It's an intergalactic character."
Right.
Now,
And like, dude, the whole place was like, "Oh man," they're all talking to each other like, "Oh man, what do you think it is? What do you think it's?" All right, you guys are never gonna get it, so we're just gonna tell you.
literally,
Titus, and the whole place just fucking deaf, just like, what the fuck?
it was one of those few moments where you can actually say that it was a dead silence. There was literally no humming of electronics. No one. It was just dead silent. No crickets.
Yeah, dude, it was dead silent in there. And then like, dude, we had kids in there. Kids were like the only ones asking questions there.
Yeah.
And it was just, dude, even the kids weren't like, "Oh, nice, dude, dead in the fucking room." Not even a child is like, "Yeah, Titus from the cartoon I watch."
But I think if they aren't going to be doing Ronan in a Guardians of the Galaxy line, since they did show Sue Storm, maybe they are going to be doing a Fantastic Four line, and it's going to have Ronan as that Build-A-Figure. At least I'm hoping, because I need Ronan out. It's like Ronan needs to come out now.
Yeah, I'm definitely down for a new Ronan, man. It needs to look how Ronan looked in Annihilation. Just as an updated, nice, sleek, but bigger, body mold for him. The
So many people didn't even.
Hasbro one is pretty awful, and it goes for money too, man.
Yeah. It's like, I think that if they were to do like a case breakdown, it would probably be like Reed Richards single packed, Sue Storm single packed, Johnny Storm single packed, Thing single packed, with like Silver Surfer and then Doctor Doom, and then have Ronan as their Build-A-Figure. At least that's what I would hope.
Yeah, that would make
Just
sense.
watch. They're gonna do like a Fantastic Four Iron Man armor.
I've said this. I want to see them explore the fucking Future Foundation, the kids and shit like that too. I don't know how they would do that or how they would pull it off, but I don't know if what you think. You think the Miles and Ultimate Peter Parker mold is probably a little bit too big for any of those kids, though.
Yeah, just a little bit.
But I guess it was Franklin and Valeria, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of other kids too, right?
I'm only familiar.
Not that they would probably explore any of those other people though for retail shows.
I think that we're a long ways away from having Hasbro release like actual like child-sized things, and if they did it, they would have to at least come with 2 of those characters because no one's going to be paying $20 for just a Franklin.
Hey man, look at that terrible movie Rocket Raccoon.
BD is saying they could do what's the name? Do Ronan on a Terax mold maybe.
That wouldn't be bad. That wouldn't be bad. That would actually be a pretty
What the hell happened to the Terax mold? They don't ever use it.
No, they don't. Sabretooth on a Space Venom mold. That would be cool. That might be a little
for something recently.
What was it that they used it on? I like that mold. It's a shame they never use it.
It wasn't not Thanos. It was for oh gosh, what was it? It's something that recently came out too, like this year.
Mm.
It wasn't Absorbing Man, was it?
No, it wasn't Absorbing Man.
Absorbing Man's a little bigger.
I forget, but it is reused. It's been reused one time. I just forget because I'm not like currently looking at my detail for anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you're right, but I'm trying to remember what it.
I wish Todd's encyclopedic ass was in the comments. He'd tell us.
Was it for
Todd fucking knows everything, man.
It was for Dormammu. That's what it was. Yeah, that's what BD's saying. It was for Dormammu.
Yeah.
There we go. Todd's interim guy. BD is in here. Dormammu.
Yeah. But that is definitely a really good mold. I could see Ronan on that in both of his classic and his more modern looks. But I don't know. I just really want them to like do the Fantastic Four characters right. because we have never gotten like a full team of I guess their classic or their modern looks.
No,
Correct.
not at all. Not at all. But the Fantastic Four's coming. They teased Sue Storm. She looked good. And they teased a little, what's the robot's name? Herbie.
Kirby, yeah.
So it's happening. It'll be next year probably, though.
Yeah, yeah. I'm hoping that we get that, and then the new Ultimates. Now that's an Ultimate team that I would be interested in. The new Ultimates are what I'm all about.
Absolutely, absolutely. We talked about that a couple weeks ago, but yeah, new Ultimates would be phenomenal, man. Phenomenal.
Marvel in that sort of like, it's sort of like a mix between Reed Richards and like, I don't know, it's like that vest sort of look. I love that look. I forget the artist who's on Ultimates right now, but that book is fantastic. You guys need to check that out for sure.
Yeah, I've been reading that actually. I don't think I'm totally up to date, but I read up to issue 5 or 6 already. I guess they probably only on 7 or 8 right now, right?
It's like it picks up the same sort of tones that Jonathan Hickman, the writer of well, not the original, but of the previous Fantastic Four stuff. It picks up pretty much right off of that. It's hitting on all of those same levels.
Yeah, it's very good. It's the art is good, the writing is good, the team is very interesting. It's a good book for sure.
I love that team. It's like diversity done right, you know? It's just right. It's
I would love to have that team in figure form, but I want it to be right though. I don't want them to release a Blue Marvel and it not be that vested look and it be the classic look with the cape. Fuck that. I want everybody to be perfect for that team. I want them to even put out a new Miss Marvel with the updated hairdo or whatever she's rocking.
That unmasked head sculpt is just cringeworthy that they gave us in the fall.
They need to, they need it updated with whatever painters they're using now, like whoever did the Rogue face and the fucking Silk face to really give us Miss Marvel.
They need to stop using glossy finishes on these faces because they look like
she's about to get into a fight in the middle of fucking Harlem with Vaseline.
Yeah, they look like sweaty messes, like they were working at a fucking fast food restaurant and like some customer said something. My shift ends at 6. My shift ends at 6. Catch me outside.
But yeah, especially since I don't have the figure yet, but just from seeing reviews of it, but the unmasked head on Miles Morales is just terrible. So the unmasked head on Miles Morales, like
I think Darius would disagree with you there. I like the Peter Parker head. I just noticed that he has like yellow eyes, which is a little strange.
Yeah, but I really don't like that Miles Morales. It doesn't look like him at all. Like it would be okay if that wasn't Miles Morales, but because it is Miles Morales, who is a Puerto Rican black kid, it doesn't look like a Puerto Rican black kid. He's not that dark. No. So they really gotta get their shit together.
Personally, I wouldn't have cared if they made him that dark if it actually looked like him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's
Hasbro sculpts never look like the person,
Pretty much. But I want them to perfect their paint game and their skin tone game before they try to tackle Blue Marvel. I want them to have that right.
Contact the factory, let them know, hey, throw away the glossy finish. We don't want it.
Seriously.
Hey, Foxconn, this is Internet, the god of comics.
Hey, let me just push my a little bit of clout right now, and let me tell you how it's done, even though I have 0 experience in that industry.
Let me tell you something. My name is John Thanos. Okay?
Yeah. And, I'm trying to destroy half of the universe, right? And basically, you can choose right now through your decision making on what side you'll be. Will you be alive? Will you be dead? The choice is yours.
You may make the decision. It's on you at this point.
I went from 0 to Saw real quick.
Yes. Red pill or blue pill?
Let's take a few more questions here and wrap up the show. Let's see.
Oh man, this one's for. Are you gonna do the Poncho one?
We can do the Poncho one, yeah.
Yeah, Poncho, where are you at, man?
I'm right here. What's good?
Fantastic. Some guy, Sonic Rockman X, he's watches both the podcasts, mine and Emiya's, I think, pretty religiously. So shout out to him. He's asking, hey man, where are the videos with you and Megan at? You two are both hilarious. Where they at though?
Oh, were they at? They're on my channel. I
Well,
guess.
he wants like more in the future, apparently.
He wants more in the future. Yo, maybe. Who knows?
Wait, does Megan live in your city? No, right?
No, she lives like way far away. She recently did move closer to me, like a lot closer. So the possibility of videos with me and Uncanny Megan has gone from literally 1% to probably a good like 90. So
Where'd she move to now?
she moved within like a couple of states of me.
Oh man,
It's
on the East Coast, a couple of states ain't shit. That's good.
Well, from being literally not in the same country, whatever.
Well, she didn't live in this country.
Yeah, she didn't live stateside, so.
Oh, where does she live?
She used to live in Hawaii.
Oh shit! Yeah,
So,
that's
I mean,
that's
I didn't even know that. Hawaii's pretty fucking expensive, huh?
Yeah, so
yeah. There's a lot of druggies out in Hawaii too.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. There's a lot of like crackheads and shit out there. How is it expensive?
I have no idea. I don't live there, so.
Oh. I got confused there for a sec. You can see how I got confused.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. We filmed some videos when she was down. She was down here like a month ago, and we filmed some videos then. So I guess look out for those whenever I get time to edit them. So there you go.
All right.
You heard it from the punch's mouth.
It must be fucking crazy to even get exotic drugs there too, because everything's got to be fucking imported. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I know there's a lot of marijuana growers there. There's a lot of plantations out there for that.
Marijuana is regular. I could imagine they're growing some nice strains of fucking.
Roll up to your local crack dealer and you go, "Hey, brother, let me get some of that crack." And he's just like, "Oh man."
It's the same guy you rent stand-up paddleboards from.
Exactly. It's a one-stop shop. The peddler. They call him the peddler.
Let me get a boogie board and a fucking eighth of meth.
Hey, you got it, brother.
That'll be $13.95.
I love the island living. Where's Johnny Tsunami at? Let's get it done.
Jesus.
There's a callback. Being at a Disney Channel.
Where's the Johnny Tsunami NECA figure?
Dude, right?
Where is it at?
Fun
Where?
fact, one of the Disney Channel original movies, I think it was called Double Team, the one about the twin basketball players.
Oh,
my
whoa,
The
whoa, whoa.
that is based on is my rival high school from my high school.
Double team. That sounds like a adult channel movie.
Man, that's an adult original.
Oh, you know what? It's even worse. It's called Double Teamed.
Ooh. A lot of Disney Channel original movies could double as adult films.
Yeah, no question. No question.
The Lizzie McGuire movie? Fuck, yeah, that's dirty.
Cadet Kelly?
That's getting a little too crazy.
Yeah, that's not too dirty. This is a family show, you guys. Couple quick questions for Boog here, and they're both store questions, so we'll lump them in together. Pennington 54 and Colossal Customs want to know, respectively, what are the chances of the Falcon Cap set being on the A.C.B.A. shop, because he's in the UK and no one's selling it? And Colossal Customs wants to know if we're going to get the tank tops with the Star Wars alphabet and the G.I. Joe logos.
The Cap 3-pack is a good possibility, especially because we want to do it for people outside of the United States. So it's a good possibility. It's not available for us right now from our retailer, but from our wholesaler, but I'm hoping it'll be back in stock soon. So it's a very, very good possibility for that. Tank tops for the Star Wars logo is highly unlikely. Honestly, we lose money on some of those things if we don't get a certain amount of orders. So it's highly unlikely.
The more colors, the worse.
Well, it's not even just about the colors. It's with certain designs, like we need to do a minimum to even like make money, or we like giving away shirts for free for the most part. So it's highly unlikely. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I always want to just like do shit and do everything. And if I had it my way, shit would be fucked up. If Peppy didn't say nah, we can't do that because we're gonna lose money, then I would just be giving shirts and shit away all the fucking time. So yeah, like we definitely can't do it. I fight with her all the time about shit like that. Like I want to do every design and every shirt, and like it's just not economical for us with that particular design. So I highly doubt that. But the G.I. Joe shirt seems to be getting a really good response, and I know John mentioned maybe re-releasing it in green too. So a tank top for that is a good possibility. It's a good design. I love that fucking design. I'm gonna have a bunch of those shirts myself. So yeah, order the shirt. That's what I could say. If you in the comment section, if you're listening to this right now, order the fucking G.I. Joe A.C.B.A. shirt. The shit is dope. It's dope. I like it a lot. This is probably one of my favorite designs that we put out recently. That one and the red NWO shirt is up right now for pre-order. So order them. The more people order,
Posing is 1/3 the battle.
right? The more people order them, the more we can do those type of unique designs. Like we got a bunch of different like designs that we want to put out, but it's got to be people have to be interested in it. You know, I see people all the time buying all of these unique shirts from different people that are putting out shits. Well, you know, all of these sites that do these shirts from like
24-hour shirts and stuff like that.
yeah, you know, like we trying to do stuff kind of in that same vein too. Like different things that cater towards our community, collectors and display artists and shit like that. Shit that you'll rock and other people won't even really get the reference like that, but it'll be a conversation piece. People will be like, yo, what's that? What is that? That's kind of what we going for with some of the things that we want to do. But yeah, G.I. Joe shirt, order it, and then we'll definitely do tank tops.
Call now and you'll get the one for free.
Call me now.
Yeah,
Call me now. Call me tomorrow.
Yo, didn't she pass away? I heard she passed away.
She died, man. R.I.P. Miss Cleo. Damn.
She passed away, huh? Call me now. She got
call me now. Call me tomorrow.
Home. As black people like to say, got called home.
Yeah. Street lights turned off.
That's it. So yeah.
Here's a question for Boog, but I think maybe we could all chime in if we all have a similar situation. But Boog, have you ever been caught playing or posing with your figures at work?
Yes and no. I have my own office, so I could close the door and do all types of shit. So
all types of shit. All types, guys.
So there is I have a camera outside of my office too, so I can see who's knocking on the door. So sometimes I pretend like I'm not even in there. I'm not even in. So yeah, but I never really get caught. If I want to do some shit, if I want to because I do keep figures in my office, but if I want to tweak them and fuck around with them, I'll close the door so nobody will see me doing that shit. I don't want people to see me fucking playing with toys when I'm supposed to be doing work and shit. So, but yeah, if I'm in the middle of some shit and I don't want to be bothered, then I'll just pretend like I'm not in there and they'll go away.
I mean, just imagine somebody knocking on Boog's office and he's like, well, just a second. He's like cleaning everything up.
Boog, the building is on fire. Boog, hey, hold on.
Right. Hold on a second.
The building's on fire. He's damn sure getting all of his stuff out of there first.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's funny though because I wear sweatpants every day. I wear jogging suits, sweatpants. I'm a black Italian and shit, right? So, but I have to wear a suit at work. So I keep a couple suits at my job, and there's a cleaners that I use that's literally like a block away. So I keep a fresh suit, and I'll just change to my suit at work. But I have to coordinate with facilities for the building, and the people that work in facilities have, you have to use a key card to come into my office, so they have the key card, and it's this one lady who works in facilities that's always just fucking coming in without saying some shit, and I'm like, one of these days I'm gonna be in my fucking underwear when she comes in here. I know it. It's just gonna happen. I'm gonna be changing, and she's just gonna come in, and I'm just gonna stand there you see? You see why you fucking
One day you're gonna walk in here and you're gonna see the nice and Boog nice.
She's always just fucking coming in. I'm like, listen, bitch, you need to give me a heads up. Sometimes I'm not dressed. Bitch, what are you
He's giving you the Seinfeld pop-in, fam.
Basically.
All day Seinfeld pop-ins.
But yeah, it's time to. I want to get. We're supposed to be getting the Stormtroopers in the store. The original trilogy Stormtroopers are supposed to be coming in stock. They're supposed to be in this month. I don't know if that's going to happen, but we will be selling cases of 8 of those, like we did the Nick Fury figures, which are also supposed to be in at the end of this month. But I'm hoping to get that done because then I'll bring my Stormtroopers home from my office. I'll get 50. I'll get up to 50. I'll buy a couple cases myself, and then I'll bring them home and change up the display at work. See what's going.
Buy from the A.C.B.A. store. Don't buy from terrible places like fucking Dorkside where they
Fucking
they don't ship you your stuff and they just sell it at a con at a higher price. Don't buy from there.
Hey, on that note, I want to call out somebody specifically, and that's Major Reaction. I think his name's Matt Paul on Plastic and Paint. But he was talking about his Dorkside pre-order, his pre-order with some other site, and I'm like, dude, why don't you just fucking get your X-Men from the A.C.B.A. shop? Yeah, you probably, he was complaining that he doesn't have them yet, so the thing would be the same, but at least you'd be supporting the fam.
No doubt, support us, and not to mention that we're gonna do what you want to do. We're gonna try to save you money. Of course, we trying to make our little money, but if you want your shit shipped loose, if you want me to even look at everything and try to give you the best paint jobs and all of that shit, remember you're buying from a fucking lifelong collector, so I'm gonna look out for you in every regard.
You want him to hug it for one night before he ships it out?
Whatever you want, baby, I got you.
You want him to take one of the figures and rub it against his feet? You don't do that.
But on a serious note, though, that is something that people should be thinking about because there have been times where I've ordered off of Amazon, for instance, where I've had pre-orders with them, and I've gotten the worst paint applications and some of the worst figures from there. So I would definitely suggest that everyone buy from these guys because they actually know what to look for.
Right, exactly. So
look what happened to poor Todd, man. Todd bought a fucking Rogue on Amazon. He opened it up and the fucking elbow joint was eroded.
And not to mention that, if you want us to ship something loose to you, then I'm really gonna be able to see what's what. If I open it and I see that it's not up to par, it's not right, then I'm gonna definitely just open up something else and make sure your shit is right. So that's a good thing. But we're gonna have listings for loose stuff too, stuff that you're pretty much paying the loose shipped price for too. So you'll end up paying like $13 or $15 or something like that if it's just a figure you want, like extra scourge or something like that. So we doing some unique things where we in our own lane and we're not even directly competing with any of these other places. We're not trying to. We're not trying to. We know our lane and that's what it is. So we gotta wait a little while longer for X-Men stuff to ship, but I promise that as soon as that stuff is in, it'll go right out. And then once that stuff is out, we're gonna put up more orders on the site. They won't be pre-orders at that point because they'll be in stock, and we'll be putting up single carded figures from the Wave 2 at regular retail price. It's not going to be like $30 just because it's Deadpool and shit. It is what it is,
Yeah.
And on that note, we have one final question as far as future of A.C.B.A. stuff, and then we can go into plugs because we're bleeding into Fear the Walking Dead time pretty soon.
No doubt.
The last question is from Colossal Customs, and he wants to know when's the next A.C.B.A. raffle. I don't know if we have a raffle coming up, but we do have a certain contest coming up, right?
Well, there's a donation drive running right now that's going to end tonight. So the SDCC 2015 Goku is the one thing that's running right now. We actually had a Jin Urso figure up originally when we put up Goku, but not a lot of people gave a fuck about the figure, so we took it down because it wasn't going to work out for us, basically. So Goku is up. Goku's doing okay. It's still not a ton of people in on that, so take that how you want to take it. If you get in on that, then your odds are probably good right now. So SDCC 2015 Goku is going for almost $300 online right now. If you put in $5 and you win the figure, do what you want. If you want to resell the figure at that price, then fine. If you just needed it for your collection, then fine. You got it for $5. It's a good look. So the next raffle that we're doing, though, is we have another raft set We have I think we have an Obi-Wan Kenobi from SDCC 2016. I think we have a Thunderbolt set from what was that 2014 or 2015? What was that? The Thunderbolts Marvel Legends set. That was 2014.
2014 was that was the Thanos Imperative.
Okay, so Thunderbolts was 20.
I
Was
think that's like 2012 or 2013.
all right. So yeah, I think we got a Thunderbolts set as well. So we're gonna keep doing that because basically the reason that we're doing that is so we can pay for shit for the shop, like different things that we need to do right now. The last two, this donation drive and the one before it was so we can buy a new laser cutter for cutouts. We got our eye on this really nice machine that's gonna make things very very easy.
Pleasurable.
So that's what it is, and it costs some fucking money. So this is why we did these two drives. The last one did well. If this one tops out and does pretty well, we'll have pretty much exactly the amount of money we need to do that. And to be perfectly honest with you, we're gonna use the new machine to make the articulated icons exclusive cutouts. So that's where we at right now with that. So just to give y'all a little inside scoop on that's what it is. We're trying to get these AI cutouts done, and if you ordered if you pledged at the Devoted Legion level, you're going to get a free set of those cutouts. But we will have some exclusive ones that will be out as a regular cutout pack as well. So that's a heads up on that. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Let them plug,
Right. I'll get my plugs out. They call me Colonel Crackers on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Reddit, and Steam. You can catch me on the Raw Live Unedited Podcasting Network. We do a show every other week called What's Worth Watching. Last episode, we dug deep into Stranger Things, so if you like some of the discussion we had about that in this episode here, go check out that other episode of What's Worth Watching. And stay tuned later this week because, like I said, Fear the Walking Dead is on tonight, and we're going to be having our reaction podcast to that airing either Tuesday or Wednesday. I think we're recording Tuesday, so it probably airs Wednesday. And make sure you subscribe to this podcast on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/A.C.B.A. podcast. And if you're on Reddit, go subscribe to the subreddit. It's r/A.C.B.A. It's just basically a photo gallery of a bunch of stuff, and you could even submit your own photos on there, too, if you want.
Don't forget to give Fabio shit for not continuing the wrestling podcast. You know, give him hell.
We should, actually, I'm glad you mentioned that, because we should do one right now after not right now, but maybe tomorrow or the day after.
Take over SummerSlam. Well, we at least need to watch tomorrow's Raw. And then
that's that for sure. In fact, fuck it, let's record it during Raw.
And we're gonna go in Raw.
We'll see. We're gonna go in Raw.
I like
my plugs.
Never go on Raw, kids.
No, don't do that. I was just fucking around. Don't do it.
It would actually work for the podcast if we go into it raw, not really. It would make sense on the Raw Live Unedited Podcasting Network. Is all I'm saying.
Not in the sack though. Don't do that.
Do that.
Well, let's not be presumptuous. Get your plugs out of here. I gotta go.
So yeah, just I put up a video tonight on my channel before this. Before the podcast, just giving you a heads up on all of the items that we have up right now. But again, check us out, articulatedcomicbookart.com. We have Tendrils up right now in red and black. We have the G.I. Joe theme, Posing as Half the Battle shirt, the NWO themed red Wolfpack A.C.B.A. shirt. Flight stands are up right now. 2 different cutout packs up right now. We have their X-Men themed. There's one for villains, one for heroes. You are able to purchase one per household, so one of each pack per household, so you can get both the heroes and the villains pack in one sitting and knock that out. Another little quick heads up is that once the heroes and villains packs sell out, we do have a super duper exclusive, very very limited character specific Deadpool pack coming out after that as well. So once those ship, the Deadpool will drop right after that. It's super limited, so you're gonna have to be ready for that. We normally drop things on a Friday, so that's what it is. And then we're gonna be giving away a Deadpool from the shop with one of the cutout packs and some of Dave Castle's casting tacos in the head and all of that. You'll get a nice hefty little giveaway. You won't have to buy into that at all. It's literally just a giveaway just to give back. We'll be doing a couple of those things. And we'll be getting ready for Summer Shots, too, which is an Instagram-based A.C.B.A. contest that we did last year. We're bringing it back this year. So I think we're going to be finalizing everything for that this week, and it'll probably, I guess, launch on Friday or something like that and run for 2 weeks. So we'll be giving away some prizes for that, too. So articulatedcomicbookart.com. Follow us on Instagram at articulatedcomicbookart. And you are on my channel right now if you are viewing this, and just stay tuned for the next main course. That's it for me. John?
You guys can find me at internet on Instagram and on Twitter, actually. I would just like to say thank you to Boog and for the entire A.C.B.A. podcast for actually welcoming me on. I've been a fan ever since probably 2012, 2013. So it's it's pretty awesome to be ingratiated inside of this little niche family. And honestly, after scouring the internet over different toy forums and everything, there is not an organization like A.C.B.A. out there. So I'm really honored and I'm really proud to be welcomed into this little family. So it's really fun.
Yes, sir. And just so you guys know, it's Endternet, ENDTERNET. He's got a very good following already on his Instagram account. You guys should follow. We we follow them, and if you in the comics, if you in the A.C.B.A., then you in the comics more than likely. So it's a really nice account that he has. So
yeah, he does. I don't know if anyone in the audience doesn't know, but Internet does a lot of like comic scans and photos and stuff. So as far as our audience goes, that's a good place to mine some source material for inspiration.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, you scroll through his feed, you'll definitely get some inspiration for some setups. No question about that.
I'm actually glad we had you on, John. I mean, it's the first time talking to you, so this was cool. And I saw the videos that you posted on your Instagram story, and I'm like, this motherfucker has his head together. I'd like to get to know him. So here we go.
I'm glad to be on here. It's really cool.
So, Pete, what you got going on right now? I want you to put out some more fucking videos, man. I always tell you.
I know. Yeah, I'm Pancheezy, Pancheezey. I'm on YouTube, Twitter, all that stuff. I'm most active on Instagram just because it's like quick succession, quick and easy. It's on my phone. I love doing YouTube videos and stuff, but just with my job and everything, it's just hard to find time to edit stuff. But I've been working on a new episode of my show, Posing Ain't Easy, so look forward to that. And that's basically just it for me.
Yeah.
I would also like to add that I'm dipping my feet into the YouTube thing a little bit more these days. I'm getting a lot more footage of like all random shit that I do. So I hope to have some sort of more strong YouTube presence in the near future.
All right, and then I'm plugging for me and the blonde Asian guy that left. We have a channel called Import in Action. We do a podcast mostly about imports, obviously. We've been on a bit of a hiatus. We'll see if we come back this week or next week, whatever feels the most comfortable, I guess, and whenever that bastard has time, basically. I'll be coming back with Fabio soon, and I believe Rocco and Michael Lampsberg to do our live show. I don't think. Did we agree Super Slam? Did we agree on Super Slam for the name?
It's Super Slam.
Yeah, it's fucking Super Slam is what it is. There we go. Back soon. His Instagram handle is Starlock. Mine is Cable2345, or I think maybe it's even Rick2345 right now. So check us out on there. We're on A.C.B.A. Buy the fucking shirts. Support the damn store. Stop buying other places because other places are fucking whack. So yeah.
And it's Rick Dom at RickDom2345.
There we go. See, he's telling me what. I don't even remember. I had to change it because I kid you not, people kept telling me like, "Why do you call yourself Cable on Instagram?" And I was like, you know what, man? I forgot that I remembered that I changed it last week as RickDom2345. So more in line with what I'm called anyways, and the avatar and all that, and the series love. So there we go.
That's it.
Yeah. As always, he's Pharaoh Black, but he's not here.
Yes, follow the illustrious Pharaoh Black at Pharaoh_Black on Instagram. He posts amazing photos.
And
you can rip him off if you want. I hear that happens to him a lot.
Boom.
Gee.
I don't know where Boog is. So we're in after show territory here.
Yeah, we're just mouthing off at this point. That's what we're doing.
I mean, I guess we can. You know what? No, the show's done. No more Q&A. Now we just listen to ourselves talk.
What's everybody's favorite porn site? You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
Next.
On the A.C.B.A. podcast.
You know, X Hamster. You know, it used to automatically just play videos when you click it. That would really suck.
Oh my goodness.
You know you want to watch it, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, and then it's like, oh fuck, what am I doing?
I didn't even turn the volume down yet.
That worked.
All right, guys.
This got
So
all
next week.
edited.
All right, talk to y'all next week. Peace.
Like,
Later.